E todos bienvenidos bebo ese cosas.
Hello, welcome to I Drink and I Know Things. Press 1 for English. 1, Doku, 1. What's going on? Are you running for the Democratic primary?
I am. Have a better chance of winning than fucking Cory Booker.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You said there was going to be an intro in Spanish, and it was one sentence.
That's all he knows.
Yeah, I'm not very cultured.
It's okay. It's better than having the teleprompter all the way in the back. Either that or cue cards. How exactly did they pull that off?
I don't know. It's just such a... Part of me wants to be mad, but I can't be mad because it's just so fucking ridiculous.
Well, why didn't they just start signing too? I mean, they're leaving out the deaf people in the audience. What's going on here? You got to be multicultural.
That's right. They weren't completely inclusive. They didn't have somebody to do the sign language for them. We're gonna have to contact the SJWs. They're not gonna be happy.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
and
I
how?
know why they did it.
Oh, go ahead, boy.
No, go ahead, sir.
Well, I was just going to say, they have the main stage tonight. What are they going to do? Are they going to outdo them and fucking speak Portuguese? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all speaking Spanish, but we didn't have an English translator. We didn't have a Japanese translator. We need to press 3 for Korean. Thank you, Aunt Jack, for reminding me. We need somebody to do the sign language. There has to be at least one person in a wheelchair on stage. Otherwise, it's just not inclusive. I'm very disappointed.
Don't believe the English translation of what they were saying. What it actually was said, you vote us in, we allow you to vote. We'll allow all illegal immigrants to vote. That's what it actually said.
That's pretty much what they're going. Like, they're not even trying anymore. They're really not even trying to hide it. We're for open borders, no voter ID laws. Let's do a third of our Democratic debate in speaking Spanish. Good job, guys. Oh, and they forgot to turn off the mic when they changed moderators. So
even I
win.
know how to mute my mic. Are you fucking with me right now?
Yeah, they forgot to turn off the freaking hot mic when they changed moderators, and they just laughed it off. Like, yeah, we're supposed to be professional here. Cut to break. It's like, are you guys you guys are fucking clowns?
Yeah. All right. You're telling me that YouTube channels can run a production better than NBC?
Yes. Yes, I am. Why is this surprising to you? You really shouldn't be surprised, Mad Dodge. We're talking about the same network that lets Rachel Maddow continue to ramble on nonsensically for the past freaking 3 years and still hasn't got her ass off the air.
And she's done trying, right? She's not even hiding it. I'm the evil empress, right? She's out there all in fucking black and shit. Like, every time you see her, is she in mourning? I mean, what's going on?
She is in mourning. She has been for the past 3.5 years. No, I think she was actually one of the moderators, too. Pretty sure I saw her butch ass up there.
So, what did I miss?
You missed our one sentence in Spanish opening, which was brilliant, by the way. Bravo. Much better than Democratic candidates.
Oh, well, it's not saying much. I almost kind of take that as an insult.
Okay. I didn't watch the whole debate. I didn't want to commit suicide last night. I'll be honest.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah, I saved myself the trouble. And I will not be watching the debate tonight. I don't care about these people. Bernie wants to give us free stuff. He can't afford it. And every other fucker wants to do the same. Other than maybe Creepy Joe. Huh?
Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is.
Isn't he like freaking 75 now? Or...
Well, the funeral home won't give him a free coffin, so he has to stay alive forever.
No. God, between him and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, let's take bets. Which one's kicking the bucket first?
Wait, Ginsburg? Has she been seen in public again?
She was on the bench a week or two ago, I believe. How she even managed to get up there without breaking a hip, don't ask me. But yeah, no, somehow she's still around. Sleeping, perhaps.
I just, how are any of these people gonna beat Trump? They're gonna go to the debate stage and start speaking Spanish, and Trump's gonna look at them and go, "You are running for president of the United States of America. A majority of Americans speak English. Who are you talking to right now? The 22 million illegal immigrants? Because they have no right to vote. Are you trying to commit voter fraud? Who are you talking to right now?"
Oh,
Really?
he's going to chew them up and spit them out. I think he's already said something like, this is America in order. What was it? Ah, damn it. I should remember this. I just saw it earlier today. Something about this is a primarily English speaking country. If you want to assimilate within our culture, you kind of have to speak English. Don't get me wrong. I can understand a little bit of Spanish, but trust me, we ain't going to be doing business in Spanish if that's the only language you speak. He's got a point.
Well, Yorkie, I don't know why you would ever want to do this, but let's say you want to move to Paris. You would learn French, wouldn't you?
I think you mean I'd learn Arabic.
Yeah, you're going to be speaking Farsi.
But if I did move to a country, I would I'd learn the language fluently. Like if I went to China, I'd learn to speak Chinese.
I believe it's Mandarin, but yeah.
I mean, hell, dude, one of the things I've ever wanted to do since I was in like 5th or 6th grade is I wanted to take a 1-week trip to Japan, but I ain't going until I brush up on Japanese and I can at least somewhat understand the language. I'm not going to just expect everybody to speak English.
Yes, and it could be hard ranting that lady boy.
I think that's Taiwan, but you know. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Did they have anything of substance to say at all besides let's end private health insurance? Because, you know, that'll work. Even Obama didn't go that far. Are you kidding me right now?
What pretty sure you can guess.
Are they giving us, this is the choice, communism or an old school Democrat, which is Donald Trump? He's not a real Republican. You guys know that, right?
No, he's not. He's a business Democrat. See, this is the thing that Tim Pool got correct. It's not that the right has moved further right. Everybody who's on the left thinks that's the case, but it's not true. It's the left has completely gone full-on Marxist. Trump is technically an old school business Democrat. That's what he is. Change my mind.
No, you're right. I would even go as far as to call him a Reagan Democrat, a Democrat who would have voted for Reagan in the 80s.
How is it that the saying always holds true? I didn't leave the left left me. It's been like this for a long fucking time. This is nothing new. It's just they've gone so far down the fucking rabbit hole. These people are fucking crazy.
Let's open the scope out a little bit more from this Democratic, if you want to call it a debate. I think they were all spouting the same shit, which is why it's pointless to watch. But let's pull the frame outward and look at the big picture. You have in Oregon another day of standoffs. 2 days left in the Senate term or whatever until they go on break, right? 2 days. Mm-hmm. The Republicans are hiding in Idaho. They're out, bounced, gone. The Oregon State Police is searching for them actively. Militia groups are forming to protect them. You have the governor of Oregon going batshit insane, and you have the entire debate fucking cast of fucking creatures on the debate panel speaking Spanish. You have sanctuary cities all over the fucking, at least the West Coast, probably all over the country. Sanctuary states all up and down. Oregon, California, Washington, all sanctuary states.
these same sanctuary cities that the second Trump says, all right, well, our detention centers at the border are overcrowded. You're not giving us border funding. But then we say, okay, we're going to send all the quote, quote, migrants or refugees, whatever you want to call them, asylum seekers. Okay, we'll send them to the sanctuaries. No, we can't take that. Nope, send them to the red states. Gee, I wonder why. Like, come on, people. Are you fucking this daft? Do you not see what the fuck is going on? Nope, we're against voter ID laws. Can't have that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to have a fucking driver's license just to drive here in the United States. You can't show your driver's license going to a polling booth? Bull fucking shit. Is anyone surprised? I wish I had something to smack myself in the head with. This is mind-boggling to me how there's still people out there who say voter fraud? No, that's a conspiracy theory. But by the way, we don't want voter ID laws. We don't want border security. We don't want wall funding. We don't even want to expand the detention centers. You have Ocasio-Cortez over here crying over a freaking empty parking lot. It is fucking insane. Literally fucking insane. If you can sit there, if you can honestly sit down and be intellectually honest with yourself without fucking lying through your teeth, saying that there is not an active attempt to try to import voters so that you can have a solid voter base, turn all of the red states blue, and there'll never be another Republican president again, you're a fucking moron. That is exactly what the fuck they're trying to do. And they're not even trying to hide it. Changed my mind.
Well, no, and I don't want a Republican president. I want a libertarian president. I want to take over the government and set you free. But it's not going to happen. We're stuck in a two-party system. So, well, and you failed to mention the fact that they want to get rid of the Electoral College, which would make it that much easier. If this isn't building towards a climatic clash, I don't know what would.
Yeah, I was kind of laughing at Tim Pool a few months ago. Like, I've toyed with the idea, like, yeah, there's a possibility we could end up in a civil war. Now it's looking more and more like shit. He might have actually been right. If things continue to move in this direction, this is not just a left-right paradigm thing anymore. The tribalism thing needs to take a fucking backseat to what's really going on. Because what's going on is a battle for the soul of our country. Yeah, you have people waving flags of every other fucking nation, but they're sitting there and burning the American flag and they won't even fucking speak English. And apparently nationalism is now a fucking slur. It's fucking bullshit. It's globalism on steroids. They're desperate to do the same thing to the United States that they did to fucking Europe. I'm looking at you, UN.
Well, he brought up Europe. What do you think, Voice? Are they trying to bring the United States down the same path as the EU has already treaded and failed with?
I think they have no clue what they're doing. They don't understand society. They look at somewhere like California and New York, and that's it. They don't actually care what's happening in the rest of it. They don't understand that the majority of people are actually against them. You know, they're trying to out-woke each other for some unknown reason, not understanding that the majority of people aren't woke. You know, I don't think it's that they're trying to do anything with the country. They're just trying to do things that they think will get votes. They don't actually care about what's happening in the country now or 10 years from now or 50 years from now. It's just about getting votes right now because they want Trump out. That's it. I mean, they don't have any other plan than say whatever they have to get to beat Trump. That's it. That's their only goal for the next year plus to the November elections next year. That's it. They don't care about the country. They don't care about the people. It's just get Trump out. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. The other thing I forget what it is. I believe it's called I'm having a brain fart with the Hegelian dialectic or whatever the hell it is. Problem reaction solution. So I'll use PARK land as an example. Create a problem, i.e., you have a mass pew pew, get everybody scared, and it's a lot easier to convince people to give up their rights when they're all scared.
The only problem with that, Dooku, sorry to interrupt, is that you're giving them intelligence they don't think they have.
And the old guard actually is still rather clever. I'm not talking about the AOCs and the Omars and the Tlaibs of the world. Let's look at the Democratic Party and the rhinos and the neocons. The ones that have been in it for a while, they actually do know what they're doing. This is a plan that they've been working towards for a lot longer than Trump's been in office, a lot longer than Bush was in office, and a lot longer than Obama was in office. This shit started back in the 60s and 70s. The problem is now that they've gone so far down this rabbit hole that even the old guard Democrat is too moderate for whatever the hell college is churning out now with, the Marxist Antifa and the Justice Democrats and all those idiots. The moderates are still stuck in the middle wondering what the hell is going on, or just politically inactive at this point in time. It's all the Twitter outrage mob screeching, fighting with your traditional career politicians. That's why they're in the situation that they're in, and they're up there on the frickin' stage speaking Spanish like that's the hip cool thing to do. Next thing, Beto O'Rourke's gonna fucking skateboard onto the fucking stage and do a kickflip and then faceplant.
I want to see that. Memes.
I'd pay money to see that.
Centrist.
Memes?
You muted or something?
I think he is. But yeah, no, on my point, I do believe this is an orchestrated effort, and I don't think it's from necessarily the Democrats you see at the forefront. They're essentially talking heads and puppets. There are other people that have vested interests in essentially creating debt slaves. Like, that's really what it is. It's all about money. It's about power. Well, there's a reason that they got really pissed off when Trump said he's only going to accept $1 of the presidential salary. Wouldn't you think that would be a good thing? Bernie Sanders over here talking about taxing Wall Street trades, derivatives, stock trades, and bonds. Yeah, we'll just tack on a little bit of a tax there. That'll be fine. But these same people who applaud something like that get pissed off because Trump only accepts $1 of the presidential salary. Gee, it's almost like they kind of get mad when somebody can't be bought out or bribed. My shocked face. Can you imagine it?
Well, yeah, and we'll get back to the Democrats here in a minute. I do want to ask Voice. Boris is racist now? How's that work?
He opened his mouth.
That's it?
Yes. Basically, he could open his mouth and say cheesecake, and he'd be labeled a racist.
Oh, is it the New York white cheesecake? Oh, yeah, that's the problem. You gotta have chocolate cheesecake.
Well, you see, it's not a halal cheesecake that, you have to slit the throat and watch it, twitch and bleed out, because that's a humane thing, the left, the progressives.
What? What's wrong with cheesecake?
It's racist.
Yep.
Well, no, it's lactated. Ist.
Lactated.
Lactus.
well, no, folks, it's lactose intolerant. Ist.
Wait, so what about chocolate milk?
It's chocolatist.
So am I not allowed to put cream in my coffee anymore because I'm trying to make it less black?
Wait, you drink coffee? You're appropriating Colombian culture.
Oh my God, I'm a terrible human being.
Oh. Wait, what about chocolate covered espresso beans? Are those okay?
No.
Colombian culture.
You just hit the intersect between coffee beans and chocolate, man.
Oh, I'm doubly appropriating.
You better pay your indulgences.
I need to be flogged. Wait,
I-
don't
I-
you
I
need
mean, I don't-
reparations?
Oh, I mean, only do that. I mean, if you're consenting adults and whatnot. But no. I heard Tim Pool mentioned earlier, so obviously I had to appear.
Oh, so that's how I summon you. I figured it out.
Yeah, no, it's I haven't been quite around in a while, so I figured we'd do a little catching up. I actually watched probably the first 10-20 minutes of it, and I finished listening to it earlier. My comment to UMD would be you have all these preconceived notions and everything about what every single candidate means on a number of things, and I get that. That's the mimetic that many people take away, but if you actually care, I mean, shouldn't we at least listen? Kind of hear what they have to say, and if
They're
you
not
disagree,
even speaking English. How would I understand what they have to say, memes?
didn't George W. Bush speak Spanish at times, potentially even in debates as well? A little line here or there. Was he wrong?
I don't know. I wasn't old enough to vote for him.
Didn't he say "Mi casa, su casa"?
Okay, everybody knows, what's mine is yours. Like, come on. Anybody
think
is
that's-
It means house.
Memes, to be fair, that's a little bit different than having your moderators ask a question in Spanish and then having the candidates respond in Spanish. Like,
But he
come
was
on.
the Univision anchor, I thought, and Univision is primarily a Spanish-based network. I mean, just isn't that relevant?
No, this was MSNBC. No, like, if you had a translator or something, or you want to do captions, or that's one thing. But no, dude, you don't.
MSNBC, which is
don't
a
answer in a-
subsidiary of NBC, which also owns Univision, I believe.
Yeah, but you don't do the debate in Spanish. Like,
He
come
didn't do
on.
the whole debate. He said a couple of sentences, and then he actually finished in English. I mean, at least that's what I heard.
It's still ridiculous. You can't sit here and tell me that it's not fucking ridiculous.
To have
Like-
a Spanish news anchor ask a political candidate for president of the United States a question in Spanish and
Okay,
receive part of it in Spanish.
When they opened, the question was asked in English.
Okay.
The person responded in Spanish.
Okay.
Then everybody else had to one up the one dude who stole, took the idea they all fucking had. Because obviously they all had the answer in Spanish. You're telling me they think first in Spanish? I doubt it.
I think it was only Beto and Julian. And to be fair, I believe Mr. Castro may initially, I think Spanish was his primary language.
Cory Booker did the same damn thing.
Well, dude, that's the thing that confused me. I think I listened to the last hour and a half of it, so I didn't actually see who was talking. So I think a couple of times I confused Mr. Castro with Mr. Booker.
Yeah, they were all doing it. And come on, man, you can't tell me they're not doing it just to
I
try to
don't think,
pander.
Miss Warren, Senator Warren used it. I'm not sure. Senator Klobuchar.
Hey, no. You call her what she wants to be called, Pocahontas.
No, I believe that was the nickname that Donald Trump gave her because her family told her something that wasn't true, which is more or less the exact same thing my family told me here because my grandfather on my mother's side decided to troll everyone. That's something that happens actually fairly often around here, man. I mean, to be fair,
you're telling me she never once looked in the mirror when she brushed her hair and figured out, maybe I'm not Sitting Bull.
Dude, I look like that little child, that little blonde-haired, blue-eyed child that someone was saying, "This is not America" or something like that. I'm like, where did they get my baby photos from? And then I was told the same thing. And when exposed to enough sun, I develop some extra melanin in my skin, and I can darken up a little bit. I turn a little bit away from Casper the Ghost.
Okay, you know what memes hold on. $2 super chat, Mad Dodge. You want to take that one? From Brian the Observer?
Brian the Observer. Yeah. I will take this one because he says the best part of Godzilla is when he destroyed Fenway. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been waiting years for Godzilla to destroy Boston in a movie. It hits home. I'm like, there's never been a Godzilla movie here. I'm like, wait a second, the final battle is in Boston? Yeah! I think it could have been better. I preferred the Final Wars ending where he just tosses Ghidorah up in the air and then roasts him with the burning breath. That was awesome.
Oh, spoilers, bro. No, I'm not. I don't know about spoilers.
Is Mothra in it?
Yes.
Now I have to watch it. I always loved Mothra.
Really? I mean, she's just. No, she's cool. And
I don't
actually,
know. Maybe it's because I always watch those movies at like 3 a.m, late at night on Sci-Fi, so I'm half asleep, and I was like, "That is the weirdest thing." This giant moth going ee ee. I'm like, that's awesome.
oh god! And then we committed absolute just murder to Mothra with like heat cannons, which now that I think about it, actually resemble big magnifying glasses to burn. Oh god!
Well, it's a Toho movie. What do you expect?
Well, I mean, I love those. I mean, okay, we're getting sidetracked.
They're great because they're cheesy and ridiculous, and it's amazing. But
go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Dude, is it just because perhaps we're kind of in a bit of an echo chamber where we can't keep hearing, "Oh my God, do you believe what was said?" And if this happened to be more of individuals that the majority of folks here agreed with, whether it's G.W. Bush or what happens if Donald Trump used a little Espanol in one of his ads or something. I mean, are we going to say, "Oh my God, President Trump, look at how horrible he is, blah, blah, blah." Or it's like, "Oh, you know what? Hey, he's opening up to folks that normally a lot of folks think wouldn't like the man. And he's making an offer of good faith."
No, personally, I would call him an idiot.
Okay.
No, I would call him a hypocrite because of the statements he's already made.
Yeah, it's the same reason. The same reason I would call him a fucking idiot. Oh, let's ban bump stocks. No, I'm sorry, dude. Shall not be infringed. I think that's bullshit. You're pandering. Fuck you. Same thing. Oh, violent video games lead. No, bullshit. Been debunked. Been debunked for almost 30 fucking years now. Shut the fuck up. You're pandering. Like,
so two things there. Number one, yes, I'm not going to lie. While President Obama may have been the best firearms salesman that this country has ever seen, because everyone thought, "Oh my God, President Obama is going to come and take away our guns," and then nothing actually happened. That's another issue. The actual bump stock ban is actually an infringement upon the Second Amendment. And it's like, every time that comes up, I'm like, no, you can say it's a throwaway thing, but the sheer fact you're going to criminalize folks, criminalize ownership of a particular attachment after they've bought it. Like, if you don't want to sell anymore, it's like, okay, that's still an infringement in my mind, but to criminalize something, I mean, that just seems to go against ex post facto and stuff, because those were purchased before it was illegal. So that bothers me there. The second thing, what was the second point you made?
The second one was him talking about violent video games. I'm like, that's just stupid.
They never actually drew an actual correlation between that. Although at the same time, there was some ambiguity there, so they didn't have necessarily fully like a 3 standard deviation conclusive result. What I took away is they weren't able to establish any correlation with kids playing violent video games. In my mind, I'd say from that study that I think the vast majority of people, it doesn't particularly affect them. However, there may be a smaller group within there that may have a predilection towards violence while or after doing those. So that's why I kind of took away from that study.
I will grant you that if you have a valid response to this. Okay, there's this show, Penn and Teller's Bullshit. They did an episode on violence in video games and children. They took a kid who, after school, he'd come home, he'd get his homework done, and then he'd play Modern Warfare and stuff like that for about 3-4 hours a night, and then go to bed, rinse and repeat. They took him to a shooting range. They had a firearms instructor there help him, and he shot an AR-15. He walked away from there crying like a little girl, because it was a real gun and it really had a bark and a kick, and it scared the shit out of him. It never scared me. I was 8 and I didn't play those type of video games. We had Nintendo and shit, but I went out and shot a real gun and I loved it. So I don't see a correlation. Your
So-
response?
So the kid was 8, right?
I believe
said he
that's.
was okay.
I believe
So
that's what he
the
said.
kid was
7
8
or
years
8.
old. So if that's the first firearm he ever fired, I'm pretty sure most folks don't start their kids off on an AR-15.
I was. I
Your
was at 8 years old.
your first firearm you
Yes.
ever shot was an AR-15.
Yes, absolutely, and I am not lying to you. First gun I ever bought was a 12 gauge.
I thought you said you shot your first gun at like 5 or so. Your parents gave you
No,
like a little
no,
22.
No, I was 8. My mom wouldn't let me shoot. They snuck me out. My son shot younger than that, which is probably where you're getting it
Okay,
confused.
no, that makes sense. That sounds familiar. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I mean, some folks enjoy lemonade, some folks enjoy Gatorade, some folks like chocolate, some folks like vanilla, some folks like pineapple on their pizza, others don't. I may not understand those people quite, but it is what it is.
Blasphemy.
Perso-
Pineapple on pizza is the sign of the devil.
Well, it's also, you look at the culture the person grew up with. If you grew up in a culture where you happen to be around firearms, even if you didn't shoot them, if you go from an individual that's never been around them before, that's never actually heard the actual like bang of the barrel or the kick in their shoulder or anything, if you've never really witnessed that IRL, yeah, dude, the first time I ever shot a firearm, I was a dumbass and the slide came back, bit myself at the top of my thumb. I'm like, oh, is this what shooting's like? And then I realized, oh, I'm a dumbass. Let me take that Ruger 40 and actually have the right grip on it. And then I was like, oh, this is cool.
We missed the super chat, guys. So Yorkie, 2 pounds. I know how to solve this problem. Eugenics. I do not condone Yorkie's opinion, but I do condone the super chat. Thank you very much, sir.
So while money is speech, again, I will revert back to, we should try to avoid genocide. That seems like a positive thing. So that's all I got.
So
Yeah,
you really think
fair
the
enough.
Democratic debate was fruitful? Okay, what did you take away from it? Are you going to vote for any of those people?
Fruitful? I mean, I didn't really hear much that I was really a surprise to me at all. Although actually, I believe was one of the individuals, they were kind of arguing over like the whole like health insurance thing, saying, well, we still need privatized, and so I guess we got a little differentiation there. I mean, I could still vote for like Tulsi Gabbard. And actually, I'm warming up to Senator Warren a bit more too, because like I voted for her to be my representative senator this past time. As president, I was a bit more unsure, but I guess a lot more centrist folks are kind of warming up to her, because one of the reasons why she was so popular over here is because she was a very strong progressive individual. I remember we had Scott Brown at the time. He was the current senator after Senator Kennedy had passed away. And I remember one of my buddies, very progressive friend that I played D&D with, after Senator Brown lost to Miss Warren at the time, he actually went on to like his Facebook page and he's like, you know what? I really loved Elizabeth Warren, but I thought you ran a good, noble campaign. He then proceeded to get flamed into oblivion by all the other Scott Brown supporters, apparently. So, dude, all I'm saying is she's very popular around here because she is progressive and she's also wicked smart. She is a very heavy policy wonk. My concerns were I wasn't sure if she was able to push forward with the nomination potentially, just because sometimes for her to explain something, she's a bit more long-winded, if you would. Just kind of like, because she basically had worked as a professor as far as I know before, so she kind of like give a lecture rather than kind of giving like a quick answer within 30 to 45 seconds there. But I mean, she also, I think one of the tough things in the debate, and actually something that maybe opened her up to more centrists, was when she was talking about the Second Amendment and stuff. And she was proposing restrictions. She does want to ban basically machine guns. She wants to reinstate the assault weapons ban and everything there, as along with universal background checks. However, she didn't go to the point of, literally the hosts were asking, do you support a federal confiscation of firearms? And she's like, she was very careful not to say no, but I thought that was maybe one of the more awkward points. But the sheer fact she's not saying, let's go around and just take people's firearms, I think that a lot of folks did kind of warm up to that a little bit. I don't know. I think she could actually win the nomination, man. Because if you think about it, if she would go there, they say, "Oh, well, Donald Trump will wipe the floor with Elizabeth Warren." It's like, really? It's like you do realize Secretary Clinton like nearly won, and at least a benefit for Senator Warren is she hasn't really been in the public eye as long as basically Secretary Clinton had been, and she's very bright. She's a very warm person and stuff. So I mean, if she did get it, I do think she could actually take it. I do think there's an actual distinct possibility there.
Okay,
You're
I
right.
have a
She
few
hasn't
points.
Well, you can right after I say something real quick. You're right. She hasn't been in the public eye much. The headdress blocks the cameras. Go ahead, Doku.
Okay, so I have a few points. First off, no, I don't think she'll take it. People that are going to vote Democrat, it doesn't matter who they put up, they'll vote Democrat. Warren won't stand a chance because there's three things you can say to her. The first, anybody who just takes their family history at face value, doesn't even do any kind of background research, anything like that, like, oh, I'm Native American. Guess what? My great-great-great-grandfather had the last name fucking Lightfoot. I don't walk around saying I'm Native American. No, I'm fucking Caucasian. So is she. The fact that she doubled down on it, that's the second nail in the coffin. And the third nail in the coffin is that she's going with the same Democratic talking points that everybody else is going with. That didn't work in 2016. It's not going to work again coming up here in 2020. Like, again, with the assault weapons ban. Okay, define assault weapon. What is it? Is it a semi-automatic? Am I only allowed to have a muzzle-loading musket? Am I allowed to own a crossbow? Tell me what an assault weapon is. Because automatic weapons already require a special permit. They're expensive as shit. And we already have background checks. They're required. If you do not go through a standard FBI background check while purchasing a firearm, that is a violation of federal law. All of these things Democrats advocate for as far as firearm control already exist.
There are. I did watch a CNN host pretty much buy an AR-15 just.
Oh, the one where the dude breaks down crying like a child. That was rather pathetic.
Okay, you know what? Okay, memes.
Mm-hmm.
The background checks are so efficient now that you go in, you fill out your application for the background check. They run it while you're just if you're buying a gun at a store, then you can walk around and freaking do whatever. Go look around, come back in half an hour, you're ready to go. Then they carry the gun to the checkout, you pay for it, it's in a box, and you walk out the fucking front door. When I bought my 12 gauge, it took me exactly 25 minutes in, out the door, ammo, and a fucking gun. They still did the background check, man.
So
they are efficient now. You shouldn't have to wait 72 hours. There's no reason. We have the internet. It's 2019.
So it's easy to do universal background checks then, because we have technology. Oh, and
they're already doing it. Who is against background checks? They're already running them.
No, there are certain loopholes and stuff, and I understand there are certain reasons for that. Oh, and check your Streamlabs real quick. Tom says I think you might have a little cash in there. So
all right, yeah. That'll take me a second. You guys go ahead and continue, and I'll go check that.
But yeah, no, the one thing Trump can do to just sweep Elizabeth Warren under the rug is just say, okay, you claimed to be of Native American heritage. The Cherokee Nation already came out and disavowed the hell out of you. You doubled down on it, and you used that statement, which is technically a lie. Or, well, she embellished the ever-living hell out of it to the point where it might as well have been a lie. And she used that to further her own career and her position. You really want someone like that in office? I mean, not even just in the office of the president, but legislative, judicial. Like, do you really want somebody like that making laws that you have to adhere to, regardless of whether you agree with it or not?
Okay, we got two of them from Pinoid at $2 a piece. First one, pineapples and ham is amazing on pizza. You tell hardcore he got issues with Hawaii pizza. He can see me in the ring. I like pineapple on pizza too. Second one, Memes wants to eat Warren's dusty old pussy. He about that old Indian booty.
Tom, she's a married woman. Come now.
Yeah, Pinoid's on a fucking roll today.
Oh, dude, he's all over the interwebs. He's a crazy shotgun toting gorilla. I like that.
He's pulling no punches.
But here's the thing, man. What if she actually believed it? Because that whole like powwow chow thing. To be fair, even if her parents or her grandma or whoever the heck said that there was something like there and they just said it and they kind of played it up when you were a kid and had whatever the clam cakes or the omelet or whatever it was, something that didn't really make sense there. Like if that was just an actual family recipe and for fun, they just called it powwow chow. It's like, if that's what a person believes and that's what they're told, dude, I'm just letting you know, because I literally had the same experience, not the exact same experience, but I had family at Point tell me, it's like, oh yeah, no, we're part Native American and stuff too. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And there were some applications after that where it's like, if it gave you a choice, it's like, I would check a couple of things. It's like, oh, I can check this too. So I'm like, oh, I feel a little bit more special now because I'm like, oh, I can differentiate myself. And then I found out I believe, again, I haven't checked the court.
Well, that's the thing, though. I don't care. I don't care if she believed it. The fact of the matter is, she just blindly believed it and used it to increase her standing, get a decent education, and she's been using it to better her lot in life the entire time without doing any fact checking, without doing any research until someone decided to hold her feet to the fire, and then she checked it and then still doubled down on it. You really want somebody like that in a position of government as a lawmaker?
Doku, did you ever watch King of the Hill?
Yeah, I used to live in Texas. I watch King of the Hill all the time.
Okay,
I think it's hilarious.
So you know Dave Gribble's son, right?
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Sorry to interrupt, but that reminds me of what was her name now? Rachel Maddow, was it? Some of that woman who was clearly white and she was pretending to be black.
Rachel Dolezal.
Oh yeah,
Dolezal. She's transracial.
Yeah.
But no, actually, that's what was it? The god Charlemagne basically called her at one point, and she said, she's like, that's just what my family told me. And she's like, oh, you're like the original Rachel Dolezal. She's just like, what's she gonna say? Because I mean, I honestly believe that's what she was said. It was told, at least told her.
No, memes. No, stop, everybody. Did you just say transracial with a straight fucking face?
Yeah.
No, we were talking about that
man.
woman.
What?
You know that woman who said she was transracial.
No, my new name is Man Muhammad. All right, peace be upon me.
Well, I identify as 6 foot.
Now he's scowling at me through the camera. He's scowling.
You are taking the Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, his name in vain while showing a small avatar.
Wait a minute. So all those other guys that took Muhammad as a last name, they're cool. But why? It's because I'm white, isn't it?
Are you actually changing your name? Okay, no. I mean, if you want to be like, if you want to be trans-Arabic or something like that, I mean, I suppose if that's what's truly like in your heart and soul. I mean, if
I'm gonna hang myself with an Ethernet cord, I'll be back.
Okay, Jesse Smollett.
No, that was a piece of string or rope, or that was.
It would have worked if it was a string.
Close enough.
That's great. Fucking yarn. Snaps.
It would have worked if I was there.
No.
No.
Is that a little bit too far?
I can't believe you said transracial with a straight face. Like, memes. Can you really turn yourself, like today, you say I'm European, right? I'm white. Tomorrow,
and
I'm Ugandan.
Pinoid corrected us. It was a clothesline.
Fair enough. I believe they actually had the receipts and stuff for that. But to be fair, Mad is, and I'm not sure I've ever told any other individual this, but I don't know. At some points, I just kind of think I'll watch some things and things will kind of make certain sense to me. And I'm like, I've literally said to myself in my head, I'm like, memes. Sometimes I think like you've been born with the soul of a black man. I don't know.
Oh no, I wanted to bring something up to you, memes.
I'm not laughing at you, memes. I'm not laughing at you. I can
So you're
see
laughing
you
with
sitting there baked. I can see you sitting there baked and thinking that. I really could. But
So, well, real quick, I wanted to bring something up to memes.
Sure.
It's if Elizabeth Warren truly believed it, that's not what I'm criticizing her for. What I'm criticizing her for is the fact that she used it to better her lot in life, then doubled down on it and never bothered to do any research.
Yeah,
Never bothered to look into it. That's where I have the problem.
Well, if she got some sort of what's it called, like diversity
the ancestry thing.
Like the diversity quota things. What do they fucking call it?
Oh, basically a potential. You get like extra points on your transcript or whatever you're submitting to the university. Which they say it didn't make a difference.
Isn't that essentially fraud? If she got that because she claimed she was said race, and she
but she already has the degree and everything. And to be fair, if she actually believed it at the time, if you say something that's untrue but you believed it to be true, it's kind of like the whole like slandering somebody. Like there's a difference. Like if you actually believed it, if you said something you knew it to be untrue and you're just trying to like defame and destroy, like there is an actual legal difference in that case. As far as the actual transcript thing, I mean, again, I'm not an attorney. She could tell you better than I could. The big thing is, the thing that kind of bothered me about Senator Warren is when she does like the whole like the ancestry thing, which isn't necessarily even accurate because there is no actual Native American DNA you can kind of actually base it off of for the tribes. The sheer fact that she has something that's like, oh, you could be 1028th or something like that there. Then when she used that, and I believe, didn't she come out with like a little video because she had just announced shortly thereafter saying, yes, I am Native American. At that point, I'm just like, Liz. I'm just like, no, if you found out, you're like, okay, no, I'm not really. I happen to be a Caucasian woman.
If she didn't double down on it and she just said, you know what, this is what I believed, it turns out I was wrong, it wouldn't be an issue. The fact that she doubled down on it is what I have. Well, this is when it really does start to become a problem. If she believed it at the time, okay, you believed it at the time. You used it to better your lot in life. You still did the work. You got okay, that's cool. The fact that you doubled down on it tells me, at least at a bare minimum, I have a reason to believe that you might have been a little bit skeptical, but you still did it anyways because you were using it as an excuse to try to get ahead of the rest of the pack.
That's why I say it's I think it's a type of kind of like a fraud in a sense.
I mean, obviously I can't prove it in court of law. I'm not a psychic. I can't get inside Elizabeth Warren's head. I don't know what she was thinking at the time. I don't know if she was lying. I don't know if she's naive. But she sure as shit doesn't look Native American.
No, she's a politician.
I almost wonder if folks just told her, "Oh, okay, you have at least some here. Just play it off. We'll just say this, and folks will hopefully accept it." And I really hope to God that was just horrifically bad political advice to like come out with that ad. Just because at that point, I'm just like, listen, if somebody told you something and it didn't end up being true, it's like that's fine. And she has come around to say that. But I mean, other than just beating on one of my good old senators,
but only after she was pressed to do so. Only until she got backed enough into the corner where she didn't really have much of an option. So, and I don't think she doubled down. I think she triple or quadrupled down on it. It was only until it got to the point where even the Cherokee Nation was starting to say, "No, this bitch ain't Native American. Screw you." And to the point where like actual Native Americans started to get pissed off. Then she admitted like, well, you know, this is what I was told and I believed it at the time. No, that speaks to me that you're either A, a liar, B, a moron, C, both, or you completely lack any type of moral compass. You're the last person that should be serving in political office, making laws for people of the United States. I'm sorry. I will not back down on this one.
I agree with Pino. He says memes needs a poster of Space Jam on that wall.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Dude, I was actually in New York once. We were at the frickin' Ritz-Carlton for a frickin' work meeting, and we're over there, and I just started playing the theme from Space Jam when I went into the bathroom, just because, like, I passed by our like chief strategic officer and stuff when he was coming out of the stall. I don't know. I found it humorous.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
That's a great
Oh,
movie.
they're meant to be
It's a
making a
classic.
second one.
So, speaking of individuals that remind people of Bigfoot, how about Bill de Blasio? What Big Bill do? I heard he did some good things. Some people were happy with how he performed, which is actually kind of surprising, but good for the man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he said.
He's the big tall guy, the New York mayor that everyone's like, Bill, what are you doing? Why are you running? Please help the city. Please just go away. But
Oh yeah. I mean, they kind of do have a point. Like, you really want to run for president, or maybe you should just take care of your own backyard first.
to be
Although,
fair, for
I
a
could
lot
say
of
the
these,
same thing to Pelosi about San Francisco.
well, I mean, a lot of these folks, you could actually say that this is a practice run, basically, because if President Trump gets reelected, then it's another 4 years. You'll at least have that national exposure, because, I mean, this has happened on the Republican side so many times. I mean, how many times did it take Mitt to run to actually get the nomination and then be defeated? Two or
Yeah,
three?
it could be a dry run. I can give you that. I'm not gonna disagree on that one. If he has aspirations moving forward, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Do you think any of them can actually beat President Trump?
I'm calling it now. It's gonna be Biden Harris. That's who they're gonna run. I don't think they'll beat Trump unless he really fucks up some. Well, okay. So there's one thing that could really screw Trump over, and that's going to be if he doesn't make a deal with China. And this is coming from primary sources, people I know in the Midwest. Farmers, specifically hog farmers and soybean farmers, are hurting right now. They're not happy. And a lot of them are rather moderate, not necessarily politically active. Let's be honest, they're farmers. They don't have time to spend, watching YouTube and researching videos and shit like that. No, they're too busy trying to work their crops. That could potentially be a problem for his campaign. But that's the only thing. If he makes at least somewhat of a deal with China, or at least somehow manages to lower some of the grievances that the Midwest is having, then yeah, he's going to win. There's nothing the Democrats are going to be able to do to defeat him in 2020.
Well, why don't we first off stop paying the farmers extra subsidies for them to grow cheap ass sugar and stuff like that, and corn for high fructose corn syrup.
Well, but
instead,
see, that's not the
let
issue,
them
Mad Dodge.
prioritize the actual crops that sell. It is an issue because
No,
the
but
subsidies make it
but no,
cheaper
it's-
for them
no,
to
but
actually
Mad-
grow it, and it
Mad
takes up a
Dodge.
majority of their crop.
Mad Dodge. It's specifically soybeans and hogs. That's two of the largest agricultural exports in the United States. We already have to throw away a lot of dairy products because we overproduce. We export a lot of that shit. We don't produce in terms of how much we consume. We produce more pork and soybeans than we can actually consume with our domestic population.
I think you underestimate America's hunger for bacon, sir.
I'm
Well-
dead serious, dude. You look up some of the numbers, man. I'm telling you, the soybean and hog production, a lot of it goes to China.
Well, I was just going to say, if Britain does actually leave the fucking EU, that'd open a lot more trade with America. That is, of course, if shit doesn't kick off and start a World War III.
Yeah,
Well,
but how much pork can you guys really import, considering you have a majority, well, not majority, but a large non-pork eating population?
It was well for now. Well, we still do eat a lot of bacon and spam and all that shit. For now.
And Ain't Jack is correct. Because of the way that the United States farm subsidies are set up, farms are encouraged to overproduce in order to keep those subsidies. It's a fucked up system, I'll tell you that much. And the corporatized large farms don't help the small farmer, but they're the ones who are getting hit. But that's also a large part of Trump's voter base. You've got to find a way to stem some of the pain for them. Otherwise, if the Democrats are smart, that's one of the things they'll promise is, we'll change regulation or we'll change consumption. They'll do something to try to ease that financial pain for these Midwest farmers. Because right now they are in the shitter. My dad lives in the Midwest currently, and he showed me some of the pictures of some of these farms. The fields are screwed, dude. They're fucked. It's not good. That's the one thing the Democrats can campaign on that will let them win in 2020. But I think they're too stupid to realize it because the same thing that Hillary did. They only campaign to the large population centers on the East and the West Coast. That's it.
They don't even really campaign. They land in Oregon twice every election cycle, and it's usually Portland. That's it. Like, seriously. Same with the governor of Oregon. She doesn't come through the Cascades or Eastern Oregon. She can give two shits less. She campaigns in Salem and Portland. She doesn't even go to fucking Eugene half the time.
Well, and I think that's another thing about the Democrats that I think is a big problem that they have is they're so detached, but also they're so into this mindset. It's sort of like CNN being called fake news at Trump rallies. Like, what was it last week? They cut the feed. I don't think they can handle confrontation, so they don't campaign in places where they're going to be held to task. Get asked tough questions and have to actually have a real debate, as opposed to trying to what happened in their stupid little debate the other day. Just try to out virtue signal each other and just sit in their own little echo chamber where they're comfortable. That's the reason that they're going to lose. Unless somehow a smart campaign manager comes along and says, no, look, you actually have to go campaign in these areas that probably don't like you and convince them to vote for you.
All right. Well, that's pretty much the end of the first hour. I think today we're going to try and make 3 hours since we've been missing shows lately. Try and make up and give you guys an extra hour. All right. Let's start the second hour. Google, Project Veritas. I'm sure you've been doing nothing but lay in bed sick the last 3 days, Doku. You have to know what this is about, right?
Oh, I am very well aware of what this is about, and I've got quite a bit to say on it.
Take the point, man. Go for it.
All right. So I'm sure the chat knows what it's all about, so I'm not really going to get into it other than Project Veritas confirmed for us everything we already knew and have been preaching for the past 4 fucking years, and somehow that makes us conspiracy theorists. And of course, the video gets fucking claimed by a third party due to privacy issues.
Oh,
and that's just on YouTube. Now, they've been banned from a few other platforms as well, along with a side note, r/the Donald, quarantined by Reddit. Convenient timing, I suppose. But yeah. So YouTube. What's going on here? What are you guys doing? You're trying to tell me that we don't have a bias.
Stop asking questions, Goyim.
Yeah, the other funny thing, I love what was her name? Janine or Jean, whatever I don't care about her fucking name. They took me out of context. Well, it's kind of hard to take somebody out of context when you literally said yourself, we want to change the search results or the algorithms So we don't have another Trump situation. We've been preparing for this coming up to 2020 since 2016. You said it yourself. You can't take that out of context. It's literally a statement. There's no other context is needed. You literally said you're essentially election meddling for the sake of a political agenda. And then, of course, she turns around and tries to play the victim card. Oh, well, I didn't know. They violated my privacy. Bullshit. That you're not the victim here. You're the one trying to actively censor people, and you admitted it. But no, Google doesn't have bias. They're just fair. They're the good guys. Fuck me. Yeah, right. You're so Orwellian that you're so fucking authoritarian in 1984 that George Orwell would fucking shit his pants that this is even a reality. Oh no, they took me out of context. Well, how about the whole machine learning thing? Yeah. How about your idea of fairness? Oh, we're the large company. They can't break us up. Smaller companies don't have the ability to make the kind of difference, but we do. So we're gonna do that. We're the company that has the power. We're big enough to actually change and shape the narrative to our vision of what fair is supposed to be. Do you want to search for CEOs? No, well, most CEOs might be men, but we'll show an even amount of men and women, even if that's not factually correct or representative. No, it needs to be even. It needs to be equality of outcome. That's what's fair. I don't care about representing groups of people that have traditionally been in power. I only care about groups of people that have been marginalized or suppressed. We need to bring them up. So we'll just manipulate things. We'll control the information that you see because that's what's fair in our eyes. You know, other people might not agree with our definition of fairness, but we don't care. We're Google. We're the big company. We control the information. We control what you see. That's not out of context. You said it. You said it yourself on camera, and we've all seen it. And now what the hell are you doing? You're trying to censor the truth, just like you always have been doing, like we have been calling you out for fucking years. But no, we're conspiracy theorists. Google is Orwellian.
Yeah, and the thing is, didn't they recently remove the motto that they had since their founding? Don't be evil.
Yes,
Funny.
they did.
Funny. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very good timing there, Google.
Who removed
Yeah.
that as their company motto? I mean, if you're going to make that your motto, you can't ever remove it, or people are going to raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm not sure who made that decision, but wow. That's a gaffe of AOC levels right there. You know, what's the other thing she said? She said something else I thought was very interesting. What was it? Son of a bitch. Mad Dodge, help me out here. Did you watch the Veritas video? I'm sure you did. And Creepy Little Book, hello.
It's still on BitChute, everybody. And my link for my BitChute is down in the description. Follow us there in case we get disappeared and black bagged by Google.
Oh yeah, there was the one employee who said that they actively do. She specifically said it. They actively do try to censor conservative voices. I know I'm not speaking verbatim, but she was specifically saying conservatives, all you evil wrong thinkers out there, they're the ones they don't want people to hear. But they want authoritative sources, guys. They want CNN and MSNBC. Not that evil Fox News though. They're bad.
They want
They're not
authoritative
authoritative.
sources, but they're eliminating historical channels from the platform. Like channels ran by people with bachelors and masters and PhDs in history, and they are removing their videos because they're talking about what history.
that bad time in history where bad things happen. But no, our Cheeto Führer, we can keep stuff like that up. That's fine. But no, what's the first step in cultural Marxism? Karl Marx said it. Saul Alinsky parroted it. Something about rewriting history. I don't know. Maybe tearing down statues and stuff might have a part to play in this. Manipulating the search results. Men can have babies, I suppose, but women can fly. You know, those weird autofill things that come in there. Maybe manipulating the definition of what nationalism is. Yeah, go into DuckDuckGo versus Google. Compare that one. That's rather interesting. Google image search. Yeah, Google's completely fair. They don't have a political bias at all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Really
no,
now.
Did
It's
Google
really-
ever claim to be unbiased?
yes.
Oh yes, they openly declared like, nope, this is a lie, guys. Don't believe this. It's just her opinion. She just happens to be one of the highest ranking individuals within the company, which may or may not have some sway on how the algorithms and search results come out. Oh, and about that machine learning thing. Yeah, you can flag or categorize certain things so they just kind of, don't appear.
Well, no, and let's talk about stuff that's not even political or historical here. You're seeing a raid on channels that do pop culture topics. You're seeing Anti-Trekker get mass flagged last week, almost every day of the week. He had videos being flagged, probably by CBS, people they hired to go through and flag Star Trek videos. It's getting really insane. It's like, okay, I get it. We need to redo the copyright laws. I understand that. But we do have laws on the books, and there is something called, fair use. That does exist. And if you transform something and you add your commentary to it, that is fair use.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, I think I said this several months back, but I'm going to restate it. The reason that Google outsourced some of its monitoring to the SPLC and the ADL was so if shit does hit the fan, which it seems like it is, they can just point to another group and say, well, it wasn't us, or, oh, it was an accident, or maybe it was just an employee got a little too vigorous, a little too enthusiastic. But no, it's not us. Don't blame us. Don't break us up. Don't regulate us. That's what Google's going to do. I guarantee it. Mark my fucking words.
Either that or they're begging to be broken up. That way they could stay afloat. They are hemorrhaging money when it comes to YouTube and other properties like that. It could be a tactic kind of like Microsoft used.
Yeah, they could, but I don't know. It doesn't have that kind of feel to me. I think Google has gotten a little too big for their britches. I think that they think nothing is going to happen to them. So this is my prediction. They're banking that Trump is not going to win in 2020, and they can go ahead and donate some money, grease some elbows, and they'll be fine. That's my guess, at least, because Google reeks of arrogance. Whoa, Kimosabi.
Well, no, I was waiting for Yorkie to throw something in there because we're talking about how Orwellian the United States is, but Great Britain is 10 times worse already.
Yeah, actually, what I was going to say, because people keep going on about how conservatives get censored and stuff, which they do to an extent, but I think it's almost a little bit hypocritical because I've noticed I tend to get, because the thing is, conservatives, especially like neocons, like Turning Point and those kind of people, they do love banning people and reporting them and having them shut down as well. Because I've probably been banned more times by neocons than I have by SJWs.
Well, and when I said conservatives, I was more just talking about what was said on the Project Veritas video. And I know there are people on the left and the right that get censored. Like, I mean, hell, they threw Tim Pool in there. Tim Pool is by no means a conservative, but
he
doesn't
leaning on a centrist.
Yeah, but he very much has left-leaning tendencies. It's more of, if I had to put it in my own words, you have to stick to a very specific narrative. And when it comes to what Google, Facebook, Twitter want to actually censor, or who they want to censor, it's mostly the free speech advocates and people that aren't completely authoritarian. And that's what Google is at this point. They're authoritarians. Yeah. That's really what the issue is. You can't challenge the narrative. Oh, Kimosabi.
Yeah, although actually, that reminds me. 'Cause I remember a while back when people started liking what's his name, Jacob Rees-Mogg. He seemed like he'd be the type that would be good and be able to fix Brexit and stuff. But then he started spouting about how the Conservative Party needs to purge any what's it called, Islamophobia, and Islamophobia needs to be banned as well. It turns out he's in favour of some hate speech laws as well, so he can get fucked as well.
And that's the problem. And again, you can put a conservative leaning on things or Democrat leaning on things. The issue that we have now, like, let's ignore the tribalism, left versus right, red versus blue thing. The issue we have right now is we have a group of individuals who they want to control what you see, what you consume, what you hear, and they want you to just accept it. Don't challenge it. Don't think too much. Go work your 9-to-5 debt slave job and accept life as it is. Live comfortably while they essentially leech off of everything else.
Yeah, because and this is true for America and for Britain, is even though there's technically more than two parties that you can vote for, it's essentially just a two-horse race. So even though those two parties are, they say that they're different, but they pretty much seem the same, and they do not want any of their power to go at all. So it's basically anyone who isn't part of their club.
And that's the thing. And this is what you see in political tribalism, like with the die-hard Trump supporters and the die-hard Clinton supporters, or the die-hard Justice Democrats, the Young Turks. I mean, hell, the Young Turks freaking kicked out Jimmy Dore because, again, he challenged the narrative. He didn't just go with it.
Well, he got
even though
out.
he's... Jimmy Dore's not part of the Young Turks anymore, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
He kind of went off and did his own thing.
Was he the one that basically lost his shit when Alex Jones got blacklisted?
Yeah, he spit water on Alex Jones. Yeah,
I found that ironic, but I mean, fair play to him for at least having integrity.
Well, again, it's kind of funny here in the United States. If you support the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, regardless if you're a Republican or a Democrat, you will get chewed up by the media. They will not stop writing hit pieces about you until they destroy your career. Again, it's not a left versus right thing. It's authoritarianism. That's the issue we have currently. And you guys in the EU over there are already screwed when it comes to that. But here in the United States, they tried, they swung and they missed, and now they're losing their frickin' proverbial shit over it.
Yeah.
So
the way I see it is basically I'm not sure about for America, but I know in Europe and especially Britain is the pendulum's just winding itself up and up and up. Eventually, it's going to come swinging back the other way. Which, if they keep on being authoritarian bullies and Well, not just that, but also being just anti-nationalist. You must be part of the EU. The EU must be a country and all that shit. It's a good way to get the far right back.
I don't want the far right though.
What I'm
You see-
saying, now I'm saying the way they're acting, it's a great way to actually get the far right back.
No, I understand what you're saying. I really do. And they lump in libertarians with conservatives. They lump in Greens with Democrats. That's just what they do. Just trying to keep the two-party dynamic alive and well. That being said, the EU was brought up. So Merkel, for the second or third time in a week, was seen shaking a lot. Like, not, I mean, I get she's German. Maybe it's alcohol withdrawal, but I doubt it.
Even a bit like when Hillary started having all those weird twitches during the
article, I skimmed
Potential.
it. I only skimmed it. I didn't read it in depth. But from what it sounds like, it's almost like a Michael J. Fox tremor. Is it possible that she has Parkinson's?
I hadn't really heard much from. I hadn't really looked into it myself, but I'm guessing it's kind of similar to, the presidential run when Hillary Clinton kept putting all those weird facial expressions and just started shaking her head. All that shit. There's something clearly medically wrong with her that they're trying to hide. Because if they found out she's essentially fucking dying, she's probably not going to get elected.
I saw it on Breitbart. I could pull up the article if need be. I didn't really want to touch on it too long, but I just thought it was interesting. What do you think, Goku?
Yeah, honestly, this kind of goes with politicians in general. When you're serving in political office, it's a high stress situation. I'm guessing it's definitely a medical issue, and it's probably because due to stress or whatever other outside factors, she's watching the proverbial castle that she built for herself crumbling around her and seeing the majority of the EU population at least slowly start to turn against her is probably not very good, at least health-wise. So yeah, I'm guessing it's definitely medical. And sorry if I sound distracted. I'm trying to read something.
Oh no, it's fine. I just thought that was really interesting, and she already does seem to be on the way out. Not that it matters, because the only reason I really give a crap about the EU at all is I have some friends over in Great Britain, and they're stuck in it right now. But as soon as you guys are out, and we hope Boris wins, by the way, then
Joshua Janus says he blames cocaine withdrawals.
That's possible, actually. Okay, let's face it. Most politicians do drugs. Let's be honest. Most of them are secret.
It honestly wouldn't surprise me, actually.
Well, what was that? The mayor of I don't remember what city, but he was smoking crack and shit.
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, he was in the dude from Canada.
Oh, Montreal, yeah.
Yeah, although you got to give him credit on that one. At least he just straight up came out and owned it. Like, yeah.
Hell yeah, I smoke crack.
Smoke crack, guys.
I mean,
it's like, all right. Well then.
Compared to the other scandals that politicians have done, doing a bit of drugs when you're younger is quite fucking low on the list of dodgy shit.
No. He was still mayor.
I meant politicians.
Yeah, no, he was. Oh yeah, well, he was doing it while he was in office.
Yeah, he was probably high on crack right then.
I'm going to say, as long as it's not like actually at work. So if I went to work drunk or fucking off me tits on drugs, then yeah, I'd be getting fired.
No, I can just imagine he's sitting in his office smoking crack, right? And then his aide walks in. the reporters are here. It's a big scandal. They say that you're smoking crack, and he's like, "Well, I am."
To be fair, you'd have to respect that level of bluntness and honesty.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, I laugh at it. I'm not gonna knock it. Like, at least the guy was honest. But it's like, damn, dude, you guys need to vote for somebody else. That's a bit much. But at least he's honest. So, saving graces, I suppose.
Yeah. Shit. Joshua says, "Yeah, if it's a civil war, it'll be the powerful versus everybody else." Any thoughts on that? While I look up another story for us to continue on with.
Yeah, there's actually there was a very good video that I watched. I think it was actually last night. I don't remember the name of the channel. If I do, I'll toss it in the Discord. But there is a what did they call it? A red team reviewer, which essentially means you have somebody who's the red team, like consider them your home base, and you'll have someone on the blue team, and they look for weaknesses or like see how a theoretical situation will play out. And they actually talked about a second civil war in America. They wanted to see who would win, the left versus the right. It would very much be the grassroots right-leaning group of individuals. It wouldn't be the rhinos. It wouldn't be the neocons. It would not be the liberals. It'd be the grassroots right. It would be people like me and Mad Dodge. Because guess what? We have the guns. We're politically active. The majority of the military is not going to shoot on its own citizens. And our infrastructure is kind of shit. So it would only take a few targeted situations. I don't want to piss off YouTube too much by using certain words, to essentially cripple the hardcore Democrat-held strongholds, which happen to be on the East and the West Coast. That would be a logistical nightmare. Look at the breadbasket of the United States. By the way, we also tend to be more keen on going camping. We know more survival skills. We don't spend our days drinking soy lattes at the Starbucks that's on the corner down the street or down the other street, or I don't know, within 10 minutes walking distance of my house in any direction. The right will win. Why the left keeps trying to push for civil discourse, I don't know. There's that saying that's been going around, we're nice until we're not. Well, the Battle of Berkeley has already kind of shown that we're the tolerant ones for the most part. We'll yell at you, we'll disagree. We won't try to assault you. But we're fine when it comes to self-defense. Now, if you really try to fuck us over, that's not going to end well. And this is not me calling for violence. I'm not making threats or anything. It just really does make me scratch my head when you see a lot of these LARPers, like Antifa running around like, we're going to start a revolution. Yeah, no, you're not. And then, of course, you have geniuses like Maxine Waters say, you go out there and you make a mob and you let them know they're not welcome here. Yeah, don't do that. That's a really bad idea. They really are delusional. It's rather funny. Yeah. And I'm not talking about Democrats as a whole. It's this subsection of the far left.
I gotta jump off of delusional because it's funny you say delusional and talk about zero self-awareness whatsoever. Okay, this is AOC talking about the debate. Like high school kids who didn't seem to read the book.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna go back to the chat, you guys. Does she lack self-awareness?
Press 1 if AOC is completely lacking in self-awareness. Oh man, I'm laughing, but wow, it's terrifying. Oh, Alexandria, what are you doing? Like,
Well, you know she could star in her own movie, Woman Who Cries at Parking Lots. I mean,
oh my! I was just trying to take a fucking drink right when you said that, you son of a bitch.
cat lady who yells at walls.
Fuck you! Let me drink my beer, damn it! Oh, son of a bitch! No, yeah, that's fucking rich coming from her. Like, we're all gonna die in 12 years, guys. Oh, look at these Democrats. They sound like a bunch of high school kids yelling at the cafeteria table. AOC, do you own a mirror? What the fuck?
No, she broke them all.
Oh God, that is so appropriate, but again, also terrifying. I'm gonna have to side with Nancy Pelosi on this one. A glass.
Go ahead. You're killing me though. You're siding with Nancy.
When it comes to her, I have to. I don't want to. But yeah, no, like even her approval rating in her own district is like 30% or some shit like that. It is like 2 disapproval for 1 approval from I think it was a Pew Research study. It's like, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You're going to be a 1 term. Have fun with that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I couldn't believe that. I just had to bring that up, and that's it. I'm just gonna. That was just the headline, guys. I don't even need to click on it. Come on now.
Oh, that's just the headline. Oh, that makes it even worse.
I mean, this lady, like, okay, I get it. You don't want the wall. All right. I understand. You want your constituents, having no barriers to get here. I got you. All right. But there was nobody on the other side of that wall. Why are you crying? Like, do fences make you sad? Do you have a fence around your house?
She's quite literally an actress. Like, as much as I cannot stand a lot of the BS nonsense that comes out, this one actually almost makes me feel bad for her, because not only did you audition for your position and get it, but now you're a joke, a laughingstock. This is going to follow you around for the rest of your life. You're crying over an empty parking lot. Well,
Wait, that's actually what she was crying about.
it was very much a publicity stunt.
Wow.
Yeah, not good. Not a good look. Hey,
Maybe
Well, no,
she, thought because it's she probably thought that because it's empty, that must mean all the cars have gone extinct.
Well, no. God damn it. Okay, that was good.
that was good.
But here's the thing, man. It's not like she was standing there and she had seen some migrants on the other side or anything, right? You know how I know this? Because she's wearing all white and she's at the southern fucking border that's full of dust and dirt. And she is spotless. Like, not a fucking spot on this all white fucking outfit she's wearing. She literally got up, got out of the car, walked up to the fence and pretended to cry. They snapped a couple pictures. She got back in the car. I'm telling you, that's all she did.
She's crying over the Kmart that went out of business.
Oh, don't tell her about Blockbuster.
Fucking hell, you guys are old.
Oh, that stings. You're
Yeah, that was a little hard. I thought we were making fun of AOC here. What the hell?
This is why I keep getting banned.
Wait, by the Young Turks or by us?
Why don't I just buy anything with a pulse?
Oh, well, that means you're doing something
I
right.
got banned from Twitter.
Yeah, well, welcome to the club. I'm perma-banned.
Well, I got perma-banned twice.
How on 2 different devices?
No, someone out, Sylvanas Dark Angel, whatever her name is, she made a separate account for me because my IP was banned. And after about a month, that account got banned as well.
Damn. Well, I congratulate you, sir. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not only did you get a badge of honor, you also got the medal, or the Bronze Star. There we go. It works.
Yeah.
Fuck me. No, AOC is just such a fucking joke.
Huh. Hi, Hyper.
Hey, what's up, Hyper?
Not much.
No, it makes me scratch my head. No, it makes me want to punch myself in the fucking temple. How the ever-living hell is AOC on Capitol Hill? How do we get here? This is my question for all of you guys. What was the moment you realized that our society has just gone to complete shit and people are so fucking delusional or so disconnected from reality that we end up with somebody like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as a fucking authoritative figure?
I noticed that long ago when we had people wanking over Jeremy Corbyn over here.
I mean, I can remember back when I was in, yes, Yorkie, I'm old. When I was in high school as a senior, and people were like, vote for Obama, he's gonna legalize weed. And it's like, that's the only thing they fucking cared about. You know, you walk up to them and ask them about, okay, what are his economic policies? What's his foreign policy? What's his domestic policy? What is he gonna do about crime rates? What's his opinion on the Second Amendment? What's his opinion on the First? No, they didn't care about any of that. They just cared about him legalizing weed. That's it.
It's the same over here in the UK, people fucking jerking off over fucking Corbyn. So, what do you know about his policies like that sort of shit? Nothing. All I care about is the fact he's going to give us free tuition and free shit. It's like, really? That's all you care about is free shit? God, you people are fucking selfish.
No, and it's not going to be free. It's going to be like the universal health care, Obamacare, as everybody so lovingly calls it. You know, we love it so much, we gave it that term. No, if Bernie Sanders had his way, he'd shove a fucking student loan forgiveness bill through, and it might pass. Who knows? If it did, it would probably forgive all past student loans, and then all present students would still have to pay again. They would have to pass another fucking bill. It would be never ending. That way, you keep running
the bullshit about
idea and win.
Here's the bullshit about that. Bernie Sanders, our local frickin' socialist millionaire, is gonna say all this crap. You know what's gonna fucking happen if that bill ever comes to pass? Someone like me, who trade, you know this, Mad Dodge, I trade stocks for myself. I work, I'm debt free. Well, I'm gonna get taxed. You know where that tax is gonna come from? It's not gonna go to the rich. The rich, they're gonna move shit overseas. They're gonna do the same. It's gonna be the same damn thing like when you tried to raise corporate taxes. Because those evil rich white men. No, all of that's going to go overseas. I'm going to be stuck here working, trying to keep myself from having to go into debt, take out a mortgage, take out a loan, get a credit card. And I'm going to be the one that has to pay either the higher commission or I'm just going to have to go into debt. I'm going to be forced into debt because it will be too expensive for me to be debt free. While people like Bernie Sanders are going to sit in one of his 3 fucking mansions, sitting there like, look, we forgave your student loan debt. Vote for me in 2024. Like, no, fuck you, Bernie.
Wolfshot says tax the stocks and bonds markets. She thinks it'd be funny. She said Wall Street, but there's a lot more trading going on than just Wall Street. I think everybody knows that.
That's the thing. You have to go through just for me, I have to go through a brokerage account to trade, and I trade for myself. I'm not some Wall Street bigwig. You know what they're going to do? They're going to start doing their trading from another location that's not in the United States. They're going to up the commission cost. I'm going to be the one that fucking pays for it. I'm going to be paying for the debt of somebody I do not know. I'm not fucking rich. And it's going to make me essentially be unprofitable if I want to continue to do what I'm doing. The only other option I would have would be essentially go all in at the poker table, because that's the only thing that's going to cover my fucking commission costs.
Well, you could trade in a place like London. That's the second largest trading zone. But
well, and that's what all the big Wall Street traders are going to do. They're just going to move their offices to another fucking country. Bernie's fucking plan won't work. It's just an excuse to create more fucking debt slaves. That's all it is. That's all it ever has been. It's a fucking lie. And I know Bernie's not that naive. I know he isn't. He's a frickin' millionaire. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's dumb enough to believe it. Bernie is not. He knows exactly what the fuck he's saying. He is a far left socialist. He does not care about your student loan debts. He does not care about providing you better education. He does not care about the environment. He doesn't care about anything except making more money and feeding the fucking establishment. And that's all these assholes fucking care about. And if you're naive enough to buy into the bullshit they're trying to feed you, you deserve the fucking reality that you're going to get if you vote for these fucking frauds. And that's all they are. They're frauds. They view you as cattle. You're nothing more than a way for them to make more money. You're sheep, and they're the sheep herders.
That reminds me, actually, isn't Donald Trump actually trying to, or he passed something to basically get suppressors criminalized or, well, banned?
I don't know. I haven't heard about that, so I can't really comment.
Well, I remember Bear Dog posted an article a while back about it, but it wouldn't let me see it because of fucking Article 13.
Yeah, there's that as well. Suppression of information is the other. We already touched on it. But...
Okay, all right. We got to go back to the debate for a second, because this is the stupidest fucking question I've ever heard. Rachel Maddow to Jay Inslee on climate change.
Boy.
Does your plan save Miami?
Oh, God.
Wait, had the Florida Keys already disappeared? Did I miss that?
Huh, hi, Bear Dog.
Hey, what's going on? I heard you needed something.
I need a long Ethernet cord already wrapped and ready to go in a noose.
I could start one of those up for you.
You take this shit way too personally. Gotta let that shit go.
Oh shit!
No, Yorkie's right though. The federal government is planning on banning suppressors, bump stocks, etc.
Yeah.
Yay!
You know you can make a homemade suppressor, right?
You can make a homemade bump stock. You can make a homemade anything. I'm making a dildo cannon. That's probably illegal.
You need to make a video test firing that.
So it's like, but I thought Donald Trump was for my guns. What happened? What happened?
I never thought he was. I always said he was a New York Democrat.
But he
is.
But my guns. But he's cleaning the swamp or whatever. Sorry, I've never
that's one thing. That's one thing Donald Trump never had a strong stance on. If you go back and look at all his campaign speeches or what he talks about, he conveniently never really seems to take a strong stance on the Second Amendment. One of my biggest criticisms of him.
Yeah, I don't like him. He can gargle my nuts.
Well, something
I'm not a fan.
I don't like about him is, how come Hillary's not in jail yet?
Oh my God, let it go. We should build the wall out of Hillary's emails since we can't fucking get over them. Seriously, we can't get the fuck over them. That's exactly what we should build the wall out of.
No, I mean, he promised something and didn't bother fucking doing it. And now that you mention it, when's that wall meant to be getting fucking built?
The American people are fickle. They want the pretty thing dangled in front of them long enough so they can be distracted from the other fucked up shit that's happening in the background. That's normally how it goes. We're idiots.
You're not wrong.
Speak for yourself.
Nigga, you're a fucking libertarian. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're like a vegan. I'm a libertarian, and here's why.
I didn't
Every
say
fucking
anything
stream.
this time. You brought it up. Fuck
Every
you.
fucking stream, it's like a vegan. Oh, did you know that I'm vegan? Did you know? Did you know that you're destroying the planet? Did you know? Yeah.
Hey, we gotta save Miami. all right?
Taxation is theft. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that.
Why the fuck would you want to say Miami? That's part of Florida. No,
Dude, Florida isn't actually that bad if you like don't count Miami and the tourist places.
Oh, and I want to address the chat real quick. Ain't Jack. There's literally no use for bump stocks, unlike suppressors, which are very useful and have many uses. That's not my point, though. Or that, at least I didn't think that's the point any of us are trying to make.
The point
Okay.
is that, go ahead.
Why ban them?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, okay, they're useless. That's fine. Maybe I personally find them fun when I go to the shooting range and I want to see how quickly I can
Fucking
fire a few
Yeah.
few $100 through my AR-15 at the gun range.
That's what
okay.
I'm saying, right? Yeah, tits money.
Let me see how quickly I can literally throw bullets down the fucking range, just burn through my money. There's not a reason to ban it. I don't view it as a valid argument.
Technically, you can use a stick as a bump stock. You can use your finger as a bump stock.
Belt loop.
Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. The point is, there was a stance. Now there is this kind of fuckery where you're banning things. But I thought we weren't banning things. What's going on here?
And that's always been one of my biggest criticisms of Trump is
Kind of a hypocrite.
Don't pander to these people who just want to ban shit. Like, I haven't done anything wrong. Why should you ban something? Oh, like the whole red flag law thing. I'm completely against that as well. It was my neighbor gonna call me or call the fucking police and say like, oh, I don't know. He was yelling on the phone last night at 2 a.m. He's on the phone with his girlfriend. I think he's a threat to society. Now they're gonna come and take my guns.
Ban
Like, yeah, I'm sorry. When you set one precedent, all it takes is a little bit more to continue to push it and push it and push it. First, it's bump stocks and violent video games. You talk about that shit. The next thing you have
again with that shit. Is that for real a thing?
Yeah, he said that right after the PARK land incident.
And you can tell he's a fucking boomer.
Oh God, I fucking hate people. Oh my God. Sorry. I was around with Columbine. That shit was.
Thurston was I knew people that went to Thurston.
Okay, Ain't Jack said my point is the ban is completely pointless. There's nothing gained or lost from it. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from with that, but it sets a precedent where it's like, yeah, well, no one cares about bump stocks. But then what happens when they say like, well, it's an assault weapon, then it's an assault style weapon.
He's a hypocrite.
Then it's just semi-automatics. It's like, no, you don't ban it, period. Don't give any ground on this one. So yeah, I'm completely against what Trump is saying about banning anything in regards to the Second Amendment. The same way
Mhm.
I'm completely against banning anything in regards to hate speech. First Amendment, like, no, hate speech is bullshit. It's an excuse. Offense is taken, not given, and it's subjective. I could say, where is Pinoid? Pinoid, you here? Pineapple on pizza is a fucking blasphemous act. There you go, hate speech. Pinoid doesn't like it.
You know what? I'm gonna kick you. I can't have that
I
kind of
think pineapple
negativity.
pizza
on my
should be a gassable.
Dude,
I
you
think-
just crossed the line.
Yeah.
I can't even.
I
See,
can't
there you-
believe that.
I think pineapple on pizza should be a gassable offence.
Yeah, I
You know
actually
what?
do too.
Next
I
time
actually
I
do
make
too.
next time I make a Hawaiian pizza, I'm gonna make sure my kitchen's nice and clean, and I'm gonna record a video of me making and eating some great.
Wait. Shouldn't that be your
Pineapple.
wife doing that?
Oh,
Not
we buy
you.
Papa Murphy's pizza. I always put it in because she burns the shit out of herself.
I want to see. I want a kitchen show with Mad Dog in it. It'd be hilarious.
yeah.
That'll be
Some
something.
beautiful
With
pizza
an
with
apron.
pineapple on it. It'll be wonderful.
You have to wear an apron.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to wear an apron.
You're a woman in the kitchen. You have to have an apron.
Oh, fuck you. You know, all the best chefs are men, right?
Well, I don't think you're Gordon Ramsay or anywhere near Gordon Ramsay, so
Should I start yelling at you? Would that make it more believable?
no, it'd just be another libertarian tirade about whatever kind of bullshit, Fantasyland
Oh,
nonsense.
see, once again, you're the one bringing it up, not me.
Cause it's funny. See, it's funny.
So here's the thing, Ain't Jack, again, want to address the chat. Here, gas the pineapple pizza. Well, we just call that smoking. You know? Just alternative language. Don't discriminate against us, YouTube.
That's hilarious.
We're chefs here. We're just talking about trying to smoke a pizza with a nice pineapple, maybe a little bit of ham on it. It might be halal, it might not be. And don't discriminate.
Oh my god, I should talk about my tattoo thing. So I want to get my wife's name in Hebrew tattooed on my wrist, right? And my tattoo artist that I usually go to said he won't do that because of the Palestine-Israel conflict.
Oh my
I'm not kidding.
God.
I swear to God, I swear to Christ. For real.
That's some fucking anti-Semitic bullshit right there.
But it's okay to be anti-Semitic because Palestine.
Yeah, because Arabs
Nothing
apparently
for both
didn't
sides.
say their goodbyes.
Do what now?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't hear what Hyper said.
It's like no Arabs that are goodbyes. They didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I
Didn't do
don't
nothing.
I don't understand.
As in, like Palestine didn't do nothing. They're goodbyes.
Oh, I know. They're the bestest of boys.
Yeah, they're the goodest of good boys.
Like
They
he
never-
said,
they-
he would do it in Arabic, and I'm like, I don't want fucking Arabic on me.
Oh,
Yeah. You should invite him to talk to one of my
Hebrew bad
fucking.
enough, but packy writing. Ew.
Yeah, I like her name is like Arabic, Hebrew, and Persian or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, okay, I'll pick Hebrew because my
Ah, that's why.
half brother's Jewish, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do that. And he said, fuck no to that. I'm like, I'm never coming to your ass again.
We
See,
should,
without
we should
even-
do invite him to talk to my Israeli friends. His family used to live above a restaurant. They got fucking bombed by Palestinians. Thankfully, they weren't home when that happened.
And the thing is, without getting into the geopolitics of things, that is some bullshit, and you probably had more self-control than I would. And here's the thing. I'm not gonna say that I do or do not support Israel the same way I won't say that if I do or do not support Saudi Arabia or Qatar or the United Arab Emirates or the World Bank or the IMF or anybody. But that is still some bullshit. You're a paying customer. Now,
See,
he has the right to deny service, but it's still bullshit.
See, I fully support the right for Israel to like bomb the shit out of the Palestinians. Because
up,
they are
common
some
sense guy?
snobbish motherfuckers.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to support. I'm not going to support either of them because, you know what? You guys are doing this to yourself. They're fucking Hezbollah's over here being salty as shit. Israel's done some fucked up shit too. USS Liberty, anybody?
Oy
But
vey,
here's
how dare you
Yeah.
mention that? Silence him, goyim.
But here's the thing. Everybody does fucked up shit. Like, what's that statement George R. R. Martin made? Bad guys are just good guys playing for the other side. Like, no,
Right.
everybody acts in their own fucking self-interest. That's just fucking human nature. The one thing I will tell you is, I'm not going to take my ass over to the Middle East to go fight a war for some country that I'm not a part of. Nah, fuck that. Fight it yourself.
That's anti-Semitism. You need to be banned.
Well, no, I
Uh-oh.
thought we started
Also-
off
also-
being
also
anti-Palestinian. Wait,
Also
I'm confused.
homophobia.
Are we anti-anything at this point?
I'm anti everything. Everyone, just kill everything. Fuck it.
I'm just not
Space
for my
rocks.
tattoo artist telling me, someone in the chat said he was woke. Yeah, he's woke. It's great. I just don't understand.
Well, no, that's why I'm
He
He has a right to refusal, like Doku said. He has a right to refusal. That's fine.
Well, yeah, it is a bit of a
Christ.
weak. Yeah, it is a bit of a weak excuse.
Well, no, and that's weird because I wouldn't expect that to be an issue. Now, if I go to downtown Eugene to a tattoo shop and I go, "Hey, I want a Confederate flag," they're probably going to tell me to get fucked.
I've
Yeah,
been
that's
there. I've been there, sir.
Well, and that's what I find so funny about it. He's like, no, I won't do it with Hebrew. I won't tattoo you with Hebrew because the Palestinian-Israel conflict. It's like, aren't you the same type of person that would claim, I don't know, Nazis are bad? Little bit hypocritical, don't you think?
But
Just
my
asking.
Nazis.
My Nazis. I'm not into Nazis either, but I get what you're saying, Doku.
Oh.
Hey, what did I do?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a double standard.
Well, I always thought that if what our Lord and Master say is true, then that is end people all over the place. So if you can't swing a cat without hitting one.
Well, again, am I wrong about this one? Is it the same type of people, the same sort of mentality where Nazis are bad, but Israel is also bad? So,
Well, you know what,
What?
Gary Johnson would do in this situation?
Smoke
You
a lot
have
of
to
weed.
do the tattoo, right? You have to bake the cake. You have to do the tattoo.
yeah, again, it's just a very hypocritical ideology. Like, well, I can't even follow the logic on this. It makes my fucking brain hurt. I need more beer for this for it to work.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you a tattoo in Hebrew because of Palestine, but Nazis are bad. But I'm still gonna vote for Ilhan Omar. What?
Well, the way I see it, well, at least from my perspective, I don't like Israel mainly because I think they've got a victim complex, but also they're kind of leeching off of America. How much do they get from you guys again? Like 3 or 4 billion a year.
Yeah, something like that.
But before anyone takes out of context, I do not support Palestine or anywhere in the Middle East either. They can all get fucked.
Oh, again, if you really want to point the finger at anybody, let's call it what it is. Israel wants to be the military and political power in the Middle East. Saudi Arabia wants to be the economic power, and the United Arab Emirates and Qatar are going to sit there in support of Saudi Arabia, and they're just going to get rich off the entire fucking thing. That's what it is. And, of course, Iran is going to be supported by Russia. China wants the natural resources. The whole thing's a geopolitical fucking economics chess game. But the second you start criticizing someone, oh, well, you're criticizing Palestinians, you're criticizing Muslims, you're criticizing Jewish people. It's all something to hide behind. It's the same instant-ism bullshit that exists in SJW culture.
Yeah,
Rules for me, not for thee.
yeah. And I saw one from what's that fucking group called? PragerU. They had, I think it was like with the former Prime Minister of Canada going on about how great Israel is and all that stuff, and it just went. So why are people not supporting Israel? The answer is simple: anti-Semitism.
You know, one of
If you just change the word anti-Semite to straight white man and Jews with a person of color, they are literally something you expect from Vox or Vice.
I think they've actually already made articles about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just see both sides being absolute hypocrites, and they both have massive fucking victim complexes, especially when disagreeing with them immediately gets conflated with supporting the Holocaust.
Well, it's appeal to emotion is really what it is.
Yeah.
What is it? Netanyahu. What did he say? He said. He was asked a question. Israel seems to be really good at fighting wars very quickly, and the United States seems to have a problem with that. What is your secret? The answer: we have the United States. So you use us to fight your wars for you, is what you're saying? Huh? Good to know.
Yeah.
But I guess I can't say that because the ADL now will immediately assume that I'm promoting hate speech and I'm anti-Semitic. No, I'm not.
Exactly. And in fact, that actually gets people more resentful. You're like, oh, if you're going to keep calling me an anti-Semite, fine. I'll fucking act anti-Semitic for you.
Yeah, I'm just quoting Netanyahu. It's his words. Is he anti-Semitic
I'm
now?
just saying that's like the pendulum swing. That's how the pendulum swing thing works, basically. You try to push people one way, they're going to push back. So
And
yeah.
That's just the way it works. Like, I'm sorry. When you have two groups of people who have, and usually it's not even religious when it comes to this. It's,
Political.
I'm gonna say it the best way I know how, and it's gonna be nerdy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Han Solo shot first. That's the best way to describe it. You know, one person points a finger at the other person points the finger at the other, and they hide behind, you know, you're this ism or you're that ism, and it's like, no, like, you guys are just shooting back and forth at each other, and for someone somewhere it's profitable, someone somewhere it's political gain. So yeah, let's just keep egging it on and egging it on. Let's actually not try to solve the problem because it's beneficial to someone. But all you small folk plebeians, yeah, keep talking about anti this or that. Like,
Well, no, and that's the thing, though. Everything is so outrageous. It's getting ridiculous. You know, like we've talked about it before, but you weren't around, Doku. The fact that the U of O, they're protesting a statue of a pioneer because he's holding a whip. That whip was to move the oxen, you fucking morons.
oh, I did hear about that.
Slaves.
Yes, where was that? In Oregon, I believe.
Yeah, in Eugene, the University of Oregon. I got my GED through the U of O. Like, so
Yeah.
so stupid.
Again, people see an excuse to be outraged over anything, and that's really all it is. It's an excuse so that you can sit there, point, screech, claim victimhood, and then again advocate for censorship. It's like this. Like, what did they say? Never let a good tragedy go to waste. It's the same damn fucking mentality where you just see something and you use it as an excuse to push your narrative without even doing any fucking research. Like what I was talking with about memes earlier. Just because you're using something as a way to further your cause, you don't care about the background, you don't care about the history, you don't care about why something is the way it is, you don't give a shit about that. All you want to do is take something, point to it, label it as this, and then brainwash people into rallying behind your cause because they're a bunch of fucking NPCs.
Yeah, no, and real quick, a very dead horse. Long time no see, man. I actually thought you died there for a while. How have you been?
I'm good. I switch shifts so I can actually do things when I get off work now. So,
Hey, what's up, dude?
oh, not much, man. So I can actually go back to streaming and doing things again, possibly. I don't know. So,
Enjoying your new work schedule, at least?
yeah, sure. We'll go with that. I wake up about 4 in the morning, but yeah, and I get home at about 5. So
Yeah, that's a really weird work schedule.
yeah, well, it's supposed to be about 3, but or about 3 is when I should get home. When I end up getting home is 5. So
Well, at least you have time to come hang out with us, evil instant isms.
So, did you guys check the debates? I joined late, so I don't know if you actually talked about it.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
What did you think? Let's get your take on it.
Okay, well, so I think what's his face looks like Bill Dotree from King of the Hill. I'm trying to remember the dude's name. It's just I just see his hairline, and I'm just like, that's Bill Dotree. The only person I even remotely kind of liked was Tulsi Gabbard, and she didn't say anything. She just stood there and looked good. So, I mean, but I don't think other than that, just cringing at people speaking Spanish.
Yeah, Steve, was there anything in your opinion, was there anything of substance said, or was it just the same headline talking point bullshit?
So what's weird is the person that everyone hated, I guess, the most was Amy Klobuchar. But what I noticed is she's the only person who actually answered every question and had an answer to every question. I mean, she looked weird and awkward doing it, but she actually, I mean, all of her opinions were stupid and wrong, but yeah, it was weird to me. Like everybody just like, they just hated her, and I didn't understand.
Yeah, now that you bring it up, I do notice that.
Like she I mean, I don't know if you guys have forgotten what she looks like, but she's the kind of forgettable, weird looking face lady. Actually, Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker said something about either Amy Klobuchar or somebody. Yeah, Amy Klobuchar said something about her, and all the SJWs just went crazy attacking him. And so there's just this video of him just going aggro, just being like, I'm not a sexist. I'm not a reactionary. Why are you? And I'm just sitting here like, all the SJWs are eating themselves.
They really do eat their own, don't they?
So, but
it's absolutely inevitable.
Well,
so it looks like they're going to get a proper social justice presidential candidate this time.
Possibly. I mean, so I still think it's probably going to be Biden, which means it's going to be Trump. So, yeah. I mean, unless he just bombs.
Well, do you really think it's going to be Biden though? Because they're throwing the racist card at him pretty hardcore right now.
Yeah, and the touching kids card at him as well.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be Biden Harris. It's what it's gonna be.
To be fair,
it's gonna be Biden.
Look how creepy Biden is. He probably, I mean, with all the shit he's done on camera, imagine what he does behind closed doors.
I just think he's old. I just think he's old and dumb. He's not creepy necessarily. Well, I mean, he's not purposefully misbehaving. I guess that's what I mean. He's just old and dumb. So
I know plenty of people that are all old and senile. They don't fucking act all creepy like that.
Well, I mean, okay, fair point.
Fucking
I
hell.
mean, the only part of the fucking debates I saw was that crazy idiot saying about trans women getting fucking abortions. I was like,
What?
nigga, what? Fucking trans women getting abortions? That's a biological dude.
No,
They can't have an abortion. They do not have a uterus. The fuck are you on about, dickhead?
I
I'm thinking,
said
like,
the whole thing.
Yeah, I know actual people who are trying to transition. If you said that to them, they'd say you're fucking retarded.
My dad's trans, and and she'd say, "The fuck, that is retarded."
Yeah.
What?
Oh. When you have an actual trans person saying that's retarded.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but no,
I'm not alone. Dead Horse, you tried to say something a couple times. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay, man. I just feel like every time I hop into a stream, I end up taking over the conversation. I don't want to do that.
That's fine.
Oh no, don't worry about that. That's my job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then I
No,
normally
I
just normally sit in the corner nodding.
Well, I'm kind of excited about this one because I want to see how Andrew Yang does and how he's gonna look really awkward with all the rest of the people trying to out progressive each other.
Honestly, I kind of feel bad for the guy because it's like, damn, dude, you got Bernie and Harris. You're gonna be on the same stage as them. That's gotta be a nightmare.
Oof. Yeah, he was live tweeting. Him and Trump were both live tweeting. I was actually watching Adam Friended's Think Club stream last night, where they streamed it, and him and PSA Sitch talked about it. And what was so weird is like there were a few candidates. Like I'm trying to remember the dude from Ohio who seemed pretty moderate, and like. It was the moderate candidates that it was just awkward for them. Like I don't know that I know that that moderate, positions are supposed to be polling high for Democrats. Like they've been polling saying that they want a moderate candidate, but I just don't see them running. So it's either going to be Joe Biden or someone or Bernie. It might probably just be Bernie.
Well, they do kind of owe Bernie a bit of a consolidation prize, a consolation prize. God, consolidation. Fuck, kill me now.
It would be so easy. I don't think there's really anybody. I don't want to jinx it. Never mind. I don't want to be like, fuck it, I'll jinx it. I don't think there's anybody who can really beat Trump as far as who I think could actually win the primary, if that makes sense. Like there are going to be people who could beat Trump that are in their primary, but they aren't going to win the primary. So at least I don't think so.
Well, so this is something else I want to ask. Is it just me, or does it feel like this time around in the Democratic primaries that they're not really focusing on trying to figure out who could beat Trump in a presidential election, but they're just trying to defeat each other?
I mean, that's pretty much what happened in the Republican ones.
It seems a little odd, though, doesn't it? Like, shouldn't you guys put the inciting aside and focus on what the final boss, so to speak, is going to be?
Can't right now. Well, same reason the Republicans couldn't earlier. In 2016, the field is so large, you have to shove and kick some of them out of the field to even stand out. So that's why Trump was so good, because he was so outrageous. He stood out like a sore thumb. He didn't give people like Rand Paul, who actually had good ideas, a fighting fucking chance.
Yeah, I was going to say Ted Cruz, but yeah.
Also, Mad Dodge, I'm going to give you a little bit of pushback there. The only reason that Trump actually won in the presidential candidate race is because he was the anti-establishment candidate. He wasn't Bush. He wasn't Clinton.
Rand Paul was, but Rand Paul got overshadowed by Trump.
Well,
I
But
think
I'm
he just
talking
means
in the-
not a politician.
I'm talking in the presidential candidate though. Like Trump was the outsider.
You're talking about
As-
the primaries. That's the same thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, well,
If-
I'm so let me talk here, Matt Dodge. What I'm saying is the reason Trump won is he was the New York business Democrat, which no one from the Republican side had anybody like him. No one from the Democratic side had anybody like him. He was the black sheep of the group, and he played that to his advantage. The Democrats don't have anybody like that. If they really want to beat Trump, you need to find someone who is not an establishment career politician candidate.
That'd probably be Andrew Yang, but that's just not going to happen.
Yang would be the best bet, but
I mean, if you're talking outsiders.
Yang would be the best bet. Yeah.
It's just that the Democratic Party is so fractured at the moment that they have trouble agreeing on anything. Other than Irishman bad.
Exactly. No, I can't. Every time that one of them would speak Spanish, I'd just be like press one for English, and the live chat, and there'd just be like shitloads of ones. It was so cringy watching Beto O'Rourke, the freaking Irishman, who is not even remotely fucking Hispanic.
Robert Francis O'Rourke.
Yeah. Could there be any more of an Irish name? You have two Irish parents. Why are you speaking Spanish? And fucking Julian Castro, who for some reason looks Asian to me, looks at him when he does it too.
Oh, that was funny. Just like, this motherfucker, is he serious? And then proceeds to speak Spanish as well.
And so did Cory Booker, but I couldn't tell if Cory Booker was actually looking at him or just looking out into the crowd and just happened to have one of his eyes in him.
No, Cory Booker was looking at him.
Well, I mean, you can never really tell where Cory Booker's looking because he's got one eye going one way and one eye going another.
Fucking hell.
Ain't Jack in here has a very good question for us. Why did the atheist cross the road?
No idea.
He thought there might be a street on the other side, but he wouldn't believe it until he tested his hypothesis. Good one, Ain't Jack. Nice one. Wow.
Hey, MC, are you still on the road, or are you back to the Southwest?
I'm free.
Free bird, huh?
I escaped.
So, did you watch that debate? I couldn't be bothered to watch the whole thing. I watched Mark Dice laugh at it and decided that was enough.
No, because I'm not interested in this portion of the debates. You get 6 months before anybody votes. What the hell? No one's going to even remember this debate.
Well, what's good about it is it was so cringy that it was really funny. And especially if you're drinking, oh my God, it was fucking fantastic. Because I'm just sitting here on the couch laughing my ass off at all the people commenting as the stream's going, because they had Nuance Bro on with them to talk about it, and they were talking about like they wondered if like Pete Pooter Buddy Gig, if he's gonna speak like I think he said Danish. Is he Norwegian? Norwegian. But they're like, wonder if he's gonna speak Norwegian. Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is that Andrew Yang posted on his live tweet, says my Spanish sucks. because he's going to be debating with everybody tonight, so he's just like, oh no, my Spanish sucks.
So I liked Trump's assessment. One word: boring.
Parts of it were really boring, and parts of it I'm just like, oh God, I feel embarrassed for all of you.
Whose bright idea was it? The campaign managers? You guys, you're going to speak Spanish. What? Why?
That's probably
Well, because the reason that would happen is simply because, Beto is trying to make a name for himself, and he's trying to carve out an interest thing. The problem with the debate, from what I've been listening to people talk about it and the parts that I've heard from it, is that they went 100% into identity politics, trying to pick off an identity politic group here and there, and that's not going to get them anywhere in this situation. The country is not in the same place that it was, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. That's just not going to work, and they're not going to be able to bring in that kind of a coalition. It's just not.
Well, unless something good happens in, Tulsi or maybe Andrew Yang, the only two people I can actually stand out of the whole group. I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's one more. I don't know. I don't even know that there's even another moderate that I can actually stand.
What makes you think that Tulsi Gabbard is a moderate?
She's worked with other people before. I mean, she's not crazy. Oh, hey, actually, during the debate, they passed her a question about the wage gap, and she totally ignored it and went to something, and she just wanted to speak about whatever she was going to speak about. Like, she just purposefully dodged that question because she knows it's bullshit.
Well, she's purposely dodging the question, but that's not what leaders actually do. It's not going to play well in this kind of an environment.
Well,
because she's not going to satisfy. All right, she's competing for the Democrat nomination, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is not going to satisfy the wingnuts on the left. All right, it's not going to satisfy her base to do that, something like that. Well, it's because she's not willing to put herself out there to challenge the narrative, right? So in order to make hay, and in order to single herself out as being different than the other ones, she has to do that somewhere. In some way, shape, or form, she has to identify herself as something different.
She's a veteran, so that puts her at a little bit of an advantage. And she was there was a part where Tim Ryan, that's who it is, the guy from Ohio, who looks like he's lost all the time, said something about 9/11, and I don't remember what exactly he said, but she's very anti-war. And he said, I think he said that, I don't know, he got like Al-Qaeda and sorry, blanking here.
That's all right.
The other shitty terrorist group. Sorry, long day.
ISIS, Al-Qaeda, which one you want to talk about?
God damn it.
What, the ones in Palestine? The fucking
Hamas.
The other one we went to war with.
We went to war with Al-Qaeda. Taliban.
Okay. The Taliban. He got the Taliban and Al-Qaeda mixed up or something. And she's like, those aren't even the same people. But
she got Al-Qaeda and the Taliban mixed up?
No, he did, and she called him out on it.
Well, no, and MC, why is Rachel Maddow now just going full Dark Empress look at every debate? Like, is she, like I asked earlier, is she in mourning? I mean, does she have a funeral to go to after the debate?
They have one. They have a funeral to go to. It'll be on July 17th. There will be a big funeral right after a fire. Because they'll probably burn the Congress. They'll probably burn Congress to the ground.
You know, I think that Steven Crowder should definitely dress up like Rachel Maddow and do some skits. I think that would be amazing.
Well, I think that would get him kicked off YouTube permanently.
Oh, my God.
MC, update on Situation Oregon. Republican senators still nowhere to be found. This term or whatever closes tomorrow.
Yeah, but it could be extended by the governor, right?
She can call a special session, but will they show up for that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, no.
I guess I heard about that from Tim Pool. I heard about that from Tim Pool. They just basically just decided to bail so they didn't have to vote on something.
Right. Well, what they have is in order to actually vote on any kind of state election or even our own congressional elections, you have to have what they call quorum. You have to have enough people to establish that it's truly a representative body. All right. So in Oregon, the rule that they have for the Senate for quorum, there was enough Republicans that if they all disappeared, they would no longer have quorum anymore. Right. So they basically ran so that they couldn't get outvoted on an issue. All right. And therefore, because quorum can't be called, the governor can't push through her frickin' her ridiculous agenda. Now, the Republicans actually did this somewhat smartly, in that they said we're fine with voting and stuff, but the thing is this is something that should be going to the people, not to the governor in a railroaded type of environment. So we just want the people to vote on it. Right. Yeah, now, so, to be honest, they don't want the bill. They want it to fail. All right. So it's kind of them just talking out their ass to a way. But it does put them, in a good light in that they're saying, look, we're going to do this. And the other thing that they're doing, which is surprising for Republicans, is they're actually sticking together.
Well, I heard it was like some sort of thing that was going to raise the gas tax, like make it unnecessarily high, and a bunch of other stuff. Am I getting that right?
Oh, it's going to do a lot of damage to them. It's going to basically kill their entire timber industry.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, Oregon's #1 industry. Yeah.
I just thought it was hipsters.
It is.
The governor didn't even fucking run or show up in any other counties other than the major ones up by Portland. She hardly even goes to Eugene to fucking campaign. She represents Portland and Salem. That's it. That's all she represents. Fuck her. I fucking hate her.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but she isn't the only one involved in this, and whether you like it or not, the legislature exists. Hey, Bear Dog.
Hey, MC, what's up, man?
I'm free. I've escaped.
From where? The nut house? What are you talking about?
Pretty much.
Work?
I wanted a different nut house. No, yeah, I was at work. I was at a conference.
I fucking hear you, man. So,
yeah,
what are we talking about, ladies?
How to make roasted nuts.
I'm glad MC got that because I didn't get a fucking word of it.
He said we're talking about roasted nuts.
Very nice. I think we're talking about AOC. Is that who we're talking about?
No, I don't think her name's even been mentioned.
I don't know how to pronounce her fucking name. All I know is when I hear it, I want to press 1 for English. Continuously. The whole time. I'm slamming 1 on the fucking remote. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking hell. Jesus.
The memes.
Damn it, I was trying to take a drink when she said that.
Sorry, dude. Sorry, man. It comes at any moment.
Choking here. Dying.
Sorry, the whole time.
The state senators, I think they ran to Idaho. I think they're hiding in Idaho. So they're not coming back.
I got a political
the
call
refugees.
today.
We've got a new refugee crisis.
I got a political opinion call today. They've been bugging me all fucking week.
You have a political opinion call? You had a political opinion call?
Yeah, like I guess one of the Senate people running was calling houses to get their opinion on shit. You don't get those?
I haven't gotten a call from any of those people. What are you talking about?
Oh, I get them all the fucking time.
They leave a lot of pamphlets at my door. I will say that.
You just yell at them, "Get off my lawn!"
No, I just pick up the pamphlet, walk it over to the freaking trash, and it goes to the recycle bin. There you go.
I get that shit all the time. That it was from a Republican running in our area, and I'm like, all right, let's hear it. Wow me. Dazzle me.
Wow me.
Fucking dazzle me. What do you like? This young kid, he could have been fucking like 16. I don't know. I'm like, okay, dazzle me. Let's go. Let's do this. It's the same old shit. You know?
It doesn't sound like you were real impressed.
A lot of mudslinging, but that's both sides. I get both sides of that all the time.
But negative ads and negative campaigning is something that's always worked and always will. And it's begun. It began. The first ones were being done early on at the very beginning of our nation. Was the mudslinging campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
So
They were calling each other tranny and stuff. It's kind of great.
well, they call people all sorts of names.
I mean,
They were. I think was it Thomas Jefferson that was saying somebody, you know.
Oh, he did a lot. He did a lot of shit, man. They all were. They all were like that.
No, Jefferson was innocent. His friends, on the other hand.
What do you mean?
I heard Jefferson liked the coloreds. I heard he liked them a lot. Hey, I went to the man's university. I mean, fuck. He loved the colors. Nothing about rights or anything. He just loved them. With his penis.
He did keep a he did keep a concubine, a slave concubine. That is very true.
Yeah, no rights or anything. Just with my penis. He's got a good university. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. None of this weird, like everyone talks about how bad colleges are, and I'm like, well, I never had that experience, so I don't know.
Well, you were part of the patriarchy, didn't you know that?
I guess.
Especially considering you were going to Tom Jefferson University, you know, because you're an alpha. I mean, what'd you expect? Of course you enjoyed it.
It was pretty good. I had a good time. It's like they're trying to take down a statue at UVA now of the Revolutionary War general person.
You mean George Washington, the founder of the country?
No, some other dude, a general, some other important dude, not George Washington, someone else, another statue, another clusterfuck, another oh my god, some other hippy dippy bullshit. We got to take down this statue.
Can they just give all the statues to me? I'll just put them all in my yard. It's fine.
Can't they just be historically protected as normal and be left the fuck alone?
Can't they learn to just accept history for what history was and is?
We're doomed to repeat it if not.
Well, and they're making sure we're going to repeat it. Unfortunately, too many of them.
Do you want the short answer or the long answer?
What short answer there?
The short answer would be no.
What's the
No
long
to what?
answer?
The long answer is it's problematic.
What, keeping the statues?
Well, according to oh god, I'm gonna die. Hold on. The short answer is no. The long answer is it's problematic because SJW logic. What more do you want me to say?
Double speak. War is peace.
Up is down, left is right.
I like fucking for virginity myself.
Oh,
That's fun for me.
that's a good one.
That's fun for me. I don't know.
We live in clown world. What do you expect?
Well, some of these nations in Europe are getting clowns to try and get elected. So
Wait.
But
You guys are electing real clowns.
Well,
Wait, this is a thing?
yeah,
what the fuck was Theresa May, you guys? Come on.
Oh,
no, I'm talking about
Beep,
real
beep.
clowns. I mean, in Italy, the left-wing party that is ruling with the Legia, they were started by a clown.
Is he a real clown?
if I ever run for political office, I'm running in a legit like Stephen King's It full on clown garb.
Do it. I will vote for
I'm
you
tempted.
just because.
I'm tempted.
You might win.
I might. That's the sad part. I'm not even joking. Like, if I
Who
did that,
better
I
to sit up
actually
there and
might
deal
win.
with clowns than a real clown? Vote
I
for
mean,
me. I can see the campaign slogan already.
He is not the clown we need, but he's the clown we deserve.
down to clown
Wow,
2020.
2024.
Come on, let's go, Doku. Down to clown 2020. Come on.
We already got a campaign slogan and everything. I'm
See,
just
there
gonna
you
have
go.
I'm just gonna have the horn every time like my opponent speaks on the debate stage. I'm gonna read out one of their points and I'm just going, "Dut, dut, honk honk." That's gonna be my rebuttal to everything. Honk honk.
Yes, please. I need this to happen.
It would be
I'll vote for you.
fucking hilarious. I'll have like one serious debate. Everything else is just going to be mocking my opponent, but I won't actually use words or personal attacks. I'll just have a little spinny flower, a little clown horn, and I might exchange my nose for a different colored one from time to
Well, you
time.
just have to do like neck, woo! Just a few
Instead of-
sound effects here and there. You'll be all right.
No,
He
it'll
comes,
be
up,
great.
he comes up to the podium. We all float down here. Beep, beep, Richie.
Instead of like Beto O'Rourke skateboarding onto the fucking stage, I'll just come in on like a little clown car. I have a little Pepe the Frog
Yeah.
pin on my.
Get
Oh,
go to a
it'll work.
microphone, sit up in Hong Kong. Hey, Ronald, I stole your shoes. Suck on that.
I will literally eat McDonald's at the debate while my opponent is talking.
Oh my god.
No,
Please do.
it'd be great. And you do all that crazy shit at the debate, but when you're out on interviews and on the campaign trail, you're perfectly fine. You're normal. You give straight answers. You're completely logical.
Just completely serious. The sad thing is, this actually might work. It actually might be a valid campaign strategy. Like, I don't need to insult my opponent. I'm just gonna go with the 4chan strategy and just mock the fuck out of them.
Make fun of everyone. It'll be great.
You get the internet.
Oh, I definitely would. I definitely would.
Yeah.
At a bare minimum, to give you something to make content about. Yeah, look at this asshole who fucking dressed up as a clown to every single debate.
Oh, dude, I can get all the exclusive interviews. This is amazing.
Hashtag
But
down to
then-
clown.
But then he'd be too. Why then he'd be just too popular? He'd have to do Sargon or something like that.
Oh,
You're not.
God.
You're not going to compete that. Sorry.
Do we have to really stoop to Sargon?
Well, I figured it would be just one more dagger in Mad Dodge's hearts. Maybe you could go to an Ogre's channel.
Medicare.
Oh no, even better. I wouldn't even actually give my opponents debate rebuttals. I would talk to them about Gamergate, Comicsgate, just throw in a bunch of internet meme culture bullshit in there. I have a cape. I have a fucking Kekistani flag cape behind me. It'd be wonderful.
That's cringy. But it's okay. I mean, it'd be far more entertaining
Cringy,
than what I
but
saw
funny.
last night. I mean, last night was a dumpster fire.
Oh, I'll give.
Did you watch the debate last night?
Are you kidding? Of course I did. It was funny.
I'm sorry.
It was all a bunch of fucking. It was like it was like who's competing to be the biggest pussy? Go. It
Yeah.
was. I don't know.
Who did you
It
think
was,
sucked the least?
Man, don't ask me that.
What?
Hey, Berto's like, no.
Whoever talked the least was fine.
I'm trying to decide who that was.
I don't know.
Oh, it was that crazy guy that looked like Creed from The Office.
Oh my god, that guy.
Fucking Washington State governor? Is he the governor of Washington State? Inslee?
I don't know. It was one of Mad Dog's fucking people up there.
Washington State has a governor.
He just kept talking about climate change the whole fucking time. and
Oh,
looking
for
fucking
fuck's sake!
nuts.
We're not gonna lose Miami. People. It's okay. Calm
And
down.
looking fucking nuts while he's doing it too. It was just like, Jesus.
You know, if NBC was doing their job, when he starts rattling off about climate change behind him, you would see Al Gore's predictions and then the current actual level, and you would see a comparison there, and everybody would see the goddamn truth.
I don't know. I can see it standing on my balcony.
What, the ocean?
Yeah.
Russia?
Is it coming to
Not
get
Russia.
you?
Well, there is. I mean, coastal Virginia has had a significant loss of beach. We have hardcore beach erosion.
Wait,
It's a problem. It needs to be fixed and addressed.
well, no, Oregon has mudslides every year because of the rainfall. What are we gonna do? Stop mudslides?
No. We should make a mudslide park.
Yeah, you just go mud bogging, you fucking faggot. What's wrong with you?
Holy shit.
Memes is in the chat. He says, "I like the ocean." That is very
Ocean-
insightful memes.
The ocean is nice. It's just I don't like it like so close to my car. You know, kind of sucks.
So we're in the final half hour. Anything you guys actually want to talk about from the last week in news or even pop culture? Anything?
Well-
MC, you've been gone. What's been going on, man?
For me? No, I'll let everyone else speak. I'll just go on a rant.
Go on a rant.
No. I'll save my rant for my channel for the first one. I've got catching up to do, so I apologize.
Well, can I
Oh,
ask a question?
he's
then?
gonna hold that anger in. Go
Not a
ahead.
good thing.
Sorry.
Not a good thing.
What are your thoughts about seasteading?
What did
Oh,
he
the-
say?
Seasteading?
Yeah.
Like making a house on the ocean? What are you
Yeah.
talking?
Yeah, houses, cities, ranches.
It became an issue
Haven't
with
really
Thailand.
thought of it. Haven't really thought of it. Sounds kind of cool, but could be awful.
There were seasteaders in Thailand that were recently, the Thailand government went after them for seasteading, for actually putting a house out there in the middle of the ocean.
See, I say they're all amateurs. I'm building a fucking Zeppelin.
That sounds awesome.
Very, very, very interesting.
I'll give you one word: Hindenburg.
Just
Oh no,
don't
it all depends
fill
on
with-
whether I use hydrogen or helium.
Yeah.
Well, actually, modern zeppelins they use a cell structure. So if you get a puncture, it only hits one of the cells and not the entire thing.
No, alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna go full on Gundam Wing on this shit. I'm gonna build my own fucking space colony.
I was thinking more of Cloud City. You know, that'd be
That'll
cool.
work.
Bioshock Infinite, anyone?
Yeah,
That
you
was
know,
kind of cool.
it'll work.
Good game, by the way.
Way up there in at a high altitude. You know, Cloud City. You don't have to worry about hurricanes or nothing, right?
Just altitude sickness and freezing to death. But yeah,
Sounds fine.
Hey, it's still better living conditions than San Francisco.
I did have something actually. The Project Veritas just got banned from Vimeo,
Yep.
Oh yeah, Vimeo did ban them.
so I did not know that till just now. So for that, I think it was the Google thing, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, it was. They really want to keep that quiet. They're not happy about that.
I hope Trump gets
Yeah. Thing is that the more they do stuff like this, the louder it's going to get.
Streisand effect.
Oh yeah.
They just don't seem to realize if you just didn't say anything, it's the internet. We tend to forget in about a week. But no.
Yeah. Unless we are not allowed to learn about something, then we really end up start digging and all sort of stuff come out. And the worst thing is that this is going to fuel the real conspiracy that's out there.
Well, and they did kind of start to dig this grave for themselves already. I know we already talked about this, but we'll just recap. We've been saying Google was doing this bullshit for, years now, and no, we're just conspiracy theorists. We're just paranoid. And then Project Veritas comes out and actually confirms everything we've been saying. Don't worry about those pesky statistics or anything. Like, nope, you actually get it on camera from someone who works for the company. Not just one person, but 3 different individuals. Now, all of a sudden, they try to silence it.
Can I
job,
say
Google.
something that we didn't bring up earlier? Are these people retarded? They know Project Veritas is going around doing this shit. They've been doing it for 15 years. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I think that only stupid people fall for Project Veritas.
Well, stupid and or arrogant. This is kind of the same thing that people in the comics industry do with the whole Comicsgate thing. They think they're untouchable. They just run their mouths. They say whatever it is. But what they don't seem to realize is you're talking about your company and your company's practices, and you as an employee represent your company. Do you think it's really a good idea to sit there and say something that might or might not potentially have some negative implications when you're employed by a company?
Memes is pushing back at us in the chat a little bit. If they don't release the full video, I am starting to believe that the young lady may have been taken out of context. Now, Memes, this is my response to you, and then I'll let the panel continue. But where exactly are they supposed to release the full video? They're being banned everywhere. Obviously, this was in context, or they wouldn't be scared.
Well, and this is what I said towards the beginning of the stream. How exactly do you take something out of context when you have someone saying, this is pseudo verbatim, we got screwed over, the media got screwed over, we all got screwed over back in 2016. We've been taking efforts to make sure that we're more prepared in 2020 so another Trump situation doesn't happen. That sounds pretty in context to me. I'm pretty sure that I can imply what the implication is.
And there is one more thing. I mean, let's pretend that it's out of context. Why is Google doing what they're doing instead of just suing Project Veritas?
Well, again, this whole out of context thing. If Google, Alphabet Inc., I should say, truly sticks by what they've been telling us and they have no bias, how do you explain any of this? Because it seems to me, even Google themselves says it, their idea of fairness is not grounded in what is factually correct or incorrect. Again, the idea of going to Google image search, type in CEO. 99% of CEOs, and this is not an actual number, I'm just pulling one out of my ass, but I'm using it as an example. 99% of CEOs might be male. That 1% is female. Yet you see a 75-25 split. That's fairness. Google sits there and says, well, other people might not agree with our idea of fairness, but we can't have the smaller companies won't be able to do this. We're the large company here. We're going to be the one that actually does this. We're essentially the arbiters of truth. Well, we're not going to give you truthful information.
it went further than that when she stood up there and said it's our job to guide society in a certain manner. As soon as she said they were going to guide society and that they were doing things so that they could guide society, you're no longer a platform. You're taking a direct action as a publisher now, and you're editing your content to guide it. I don't care what direction it is. It doesn't matter if it's left or right. As soon as you say you're trying to guide the conversations, as soon as you say you're trying to guide society, you're becoming an activist. You can't, and no matter how you talk about that, there is no way to take that out of context. When you say we are trying to guide society, you are now a publisher and you are now an activist. You are no longer sitting there and saying, well, we're just a platform. You're not. You're engaging in the politics directly when you do that. Now, could they be doing it on the side of the left or on the side of the right or anything else? Yeah, but the thing is that they've been claiming, no, they're not doing anything like that because they're a platform, they're not a publisher. Then why are you acting like one? Okay, why are you taking steps that only have to do with publication? You are changing your publication, the what's being published out there. You are directly editing content to fit your publisher's needs. That's a publisher. That's not a platform, and they need to be treated as such.
Well, and Meme said in the chat, if it wasn't in a context that could prove her a liar, she said it was about foreign interference in the 2016 election. Memes. In the video, in a single sentence, she was talking about Google manipulating information. That's not out of context. The whole foreign interference thing has already been proven to be a false narrative.
And here's the thing about Project Veritas: they always put up the entire video. Like, if you want to see their entire video, you can actually just go back through the catalog and go on their website and see them. So, I mean, at some point they'll probably have the whole thing up, but usually they wait on people to say, well, that was edited out of context, and then they drop more of the video, and that's the style. They do that in the Andrew Breitbart type of style. So I can't read the chat, so
no, yeah, I'm just I'm watching it. But no, this whole they took things out of context. Maybe there are parts they left out, maybe there are parts they decided to keep, maybe they're just showing you snippets, but you can't claim it was taken out of context when you have a single sentence that is essentially high up Google employees or Google insiders admitting, yes, Google does censor, they do manipulate search results, and they are essentially trying to control the social narrative based on what information you can consume or what's seen or what's promoted, and they do it for the sake of pushing a political narrative. We all know this happens. We've been talking about it for a long-ass time. It's just now we have solid, concrete evidence of it that cannot be denied. Why do you think they're so desperate to remove it and censor it? First, it was a conspiracy theory. Then, okay, well, let's try to debunk things. Let's try to say, like, oh no, Google's still unbiased, or we're this or that. That doesn't work. Okay, let's ban it. Now there's no way you can deny at this point in time that Google is not a political actor.
And I think on that note, I have one last thing I want to talk about a little bit. We got about 20 minutes left, and that's a full 3 hours. So, MC, any update at all on the Iran situation? You there?
I just got back. How do I know? I haven't looked at any of that.
You don't have a cell phone where you get news updates?
Dude, I don't even want to tell you what I had to use my cell phone for.
I don't want to know. You put it that way.
But no, I was not looking. I was not looking at news. I'm playing.
Did you say nudes or news?
I said news. I didn't see the news either, which is probably to my benefit considering who I was with. But that's aside the point.
Wait, whose nudes are we talking about? Maxine Waters or Nancy Pelosi?
I can't decide which one of those is worse.
I don't want to be gay anymore.
Well, that went down a bad path fast, didn't it? Now there's your 20 minutes.
This may be random, and probably the answer is no to all of you, but are any of you guys planning to go to Politicon?
What the fuck is that? Is that where people dress up like political pundits or politicos and like
no, that's where
cosplay?
that's where like you'll catch like Ben Shapiro debating Cenk Uygur on some odd. That's like, you remember the whole Alex Jones thing where he got spat on by the Young Turks guy? Yeah, all that was at Politicon. So I'm just wondering.
I like the other option. I want to dress up like Donald Trump and be an asshole.
That does sound like fun.
Not out of the realm of my normal day, but you know.
It's the only reason I was asking. It's in my neck of the woods, so I didn't know. So.
Oh, it's down in Nashville, huh?
Yep. So.
Nashville. It's an interesting place to hold that.
Honestly, I
really.
would go, but it sounds like a waste of time and money to me. Hey, if I want to talk politics, I can. Well, I mean, the thing is, if I want to talk politics, I can do it with you guys on the internet without leaving my frickin' basement.
Yeah, but where else can you see Alex Jones walk around and be a dick to everybody? Like with your own eyes. It'd be great.
I think I'm going to do it just because I don't have to go very far.
I mean, if it's not going to be like a financial endeavor or anything, then yeah, go for it. It'll be fucking funny. But as far as I'm concerned, like, man, I got other shit to do.
Do they hold it there every year, or?
I think it may have been here last year, but I'm not sure. There's so many conventions that it starts to get like confusing after a while. So, like we had I'm trying to remember all the different conventions we had in the last couple of months. We've had everything from the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, the NFL draft to the Bonnaroo to the CMAs and I'm trying to remember all the other things. There's a music thing, a music industry thing next month. So it starts to like, it was either last year or maybe the year before. Might have been 2016. I don't know. Anyway, it's been here before, and I missed it. So
yeah, I want to.
There were just tons of people. There were just tons of people from YouTube that were here, and I was just like, oh, well, shit. Or at least
yeah, I'll
people
put out VidCon sometime, but I'm obviously not this year. But yeah.
Oh, why would you want to go to VidCon?
Because it's in LA, I can catch a Dodger game while I'm there.
Well, I'm not even. I could make fun of you for that one, but that's a better point than I've heard anybody else say. So I'll give you a very reluctant free pass.
Yeah, no, and I was going to make fun of the Diamondbacks because MC's here, but they won last night, like 9-4 over the Dodgers. So I'll keep my mouth shut on that one.
Oh, really now?
Because the Dodgers suck. Oh.
Now we're talking baseball.
Oh, Dodgers took 2 out of 3. It's all good.
Yeah, bring that up with Hillary Clinton.
So, Wolfie, since we're in the last little bit of the show, did you find a different tattoo artist to do that?
Yeah, I did. He didn't do it yet, but I did find another artist.
You're still going to get it in Hebrew? Did you read my comment from earlier?
No, I did not. I had a phone call.
Okay. I didn't know if there was a reason for writing it in Hebrew. I just know that, like, that's a really, really unkosher thing to do.
My wife, she doesn't want me to get her name tattooed on her at all, or on me at all, whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyways. And she's like, okay, we'll do it in another language. And I'm like, okay.
You know what you should do is just get a Sharpie and write her name in Hebrew on a random point on your body every single morning and make her guess where it is.
That could be a fun game.
There you go. There's an idea.
But I wanted to do it to piss her off. But now it's the point of having to do it. I have to do it now.
Wake up and find the tat.
I know I've got like 22 of them, so I mean, sure.
Oh no, do it in those markers that are flavored, and if she actually does guess correctly,
oh my God.
make her lick it off.
I didn't know they made flavored ones. I know they make the smell good ones.
Oh no, they got flavored ones.
God, that's
I
why
mean, hell,
kids are retarded.
You could even use peanut butter if you wanted to.
What the hell?
She's a woman,
Hey.
not a dog.
You could use peanut butter. You could use jelly. You could use flavored markers. I mean, come on, man.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So
I was just
I'm
gonna
creative
do it
here.
just to do it, but now I have to do it. You know, principle, the matter.
well, yeah, after your tattoo artist was a dick about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But so Very Dead Horse, you said you're on a new schedule, you're gonna be doing stuff again. Is that mean your channel's coming back to life?
We'll see. Either that or I'm going to start something else. So I don't know. Should I just go for something completely new and just ditch what I've got? I mean, I only
Well,
got.
Mad Dog's gonna have his show in the kitchen, like fucking up a perfectly good sandwich with Mad Dog or whatever the fuck is called. He's got to wear an apron because he's a woman in the kitchen.
It was gonna be a one-off making fun of people that hate pineapple on pizza. Now you're making it a cooking show. I'm
It's
not
gonna be
making-
a great cooking. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. Mad Dog fucks up a sandwich. Tune in. It'll be great.
Well, like I've only got 300 subscribers, and I think I could get back up to that pretty quickly. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a more structured thing or just more of a freeform thing, response thing. Because I've actually got some ability to actually edit shit now. So I don't know.
And
What do you guys think?
just so you know, it's going to be an apron, a Speedo, and a top hat.
Oh God, ew. All right, I'm gay
Oh.
again.
No. No.
Me too.
And Forrest, I don't know, man. It all depends on what you want to do. I wouldn't scrap a perfectly good channel. You could always just rebrand and keep your subscribers.
Yeah, it's true. Could do that. I don't know.
You can start at this point in time. What I'd recommend you do seriously is start on another channel, try your other thing, and see which one you like the most, and pour your effort into what you're enjoying the most.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Or even if you want to try something new that's a little different, just do like a once a week thing and try it out like a few times. See if your audience likes it.
You know, I could go bug the shit. If I'm actually going to go to the Politicon there, I could just go bug the shit out of people on there. That can be good content.
You could do that. Yeah, you could.
Reporting live from Politicon, a very dead horse.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. Is like, this is so what's your channel name? Oh, well, that's stupid. I was like, yeah, well, I didn't think it out very
You're
far.
ugly too. Next.
You suck.
You go with the full doctor disrespect thing. Just make fun of everybody you run across.
Look,
Just-
look, it's the Young Turks. It's the Young Turks. I want your autograph.
Oh God, do you
Walk
have,
up and spit water
you
in their
have
face.
no
Walk
idea. You
away.
have no idea what I would do if I
Just
ran
don't-
into them.
Just don't videotape yourself in a public bathroom. You'll be fine.
Oh shit! Yes.
You're giving him ideas. That's a hold my beer
Oh
comment.
man, it's so far away to be plotting ideas, but
And now he's even calling them plots already.
Damn it! Damn it! MC.
I mean,
Someone's gotta say
I
that.
really don't have that much excuse. I really don't have that big of an excuse because, like, it's not very far for me to travel. And it's not that, I mean, it's plenty of time.
Well, if you really need some advice, I can put you in touch with Jeff Holiday. He knows all about 360 cams.
Oh God. Dude, looks like he
I
smells
think
like
Jeff
cat
still
piss.
hates me. So, because last time we somewhat interacted was when I was laughing at both him and Kevin Logan yelling at each other.
Oh God, Kevin Potato.
Yes, I think Kevin was calling him Jeff called him a cuck on a live stream or some shit, and then Kevin was upset about it and called Jeff a cuck because he lets his wife bang other chicks, and he joins in. I was like, I don't see how that's cucking, but whatever.
Someone other than his wife fucks him. Ew. I
Well,
feel
when
bad
is-
for that girl.
When are Jeff and Kevin not upset about something?
I don't know.
Dude, it's the internet. Calm the
Dude
fuck
looks like
down.
he smells like cat piss.
Well, a bunch of the SJW types, I think Christy and Kevin apparently attacked the guys from the Bible Reloaded or something, called them sexist or some kind of shit. But it started some sort of shitstorm, and then Chrisiosity got mad at somebody, and it's
Of
just going
course.
on. You could see it. You can see it on Twitter. I'm just like, this is great.
Wait a minute.
They're calling each other
wait.
sexist and misogynist.
Wait, I have a
and shit.
question though. Is the Bible Reloaded? Okay, so Lore Reloaded is the channel I watch. He said back in the day he had a different channel and it was all Christian orientated. Tell me it wasn't Bible Reloaded.
No, I actually, I'm not sure if that's their name of their thing. Usually their channel's called Hugo and Jake or something. I don't know if that's their streams or whatever. They get pissed off about Jordan
they're
Peterson.
still around. They're still around, and it's definitely not him. Okay.
Yeah. They get pissed off about Jordan Peterson or something, and they make videos and.
Oh, and Memes has an idea for you, Horse. Horse on the Street. That should be the segment.
Horse on the street.
Horse in the alley. Horse in Congress. This could play out.
Wow. Yeah. I'm in Satitus.
How much does it
Well,
cost to that convention? It can't be as expensive as like VidCon and shit, right?
I haven't even checked. That could be a factor too, but I'm not opposed to doing it one time just to see if it's, see if I see enough people that it would be interesting. Let me look
See if you
real
can
quick.
torture enough people to make it.
Yes,
interesting.
so I feel like I could get. I'm trying to figure out who I could, because I know some of the people that would be there would be like an Alex Jones and a like a Fleckus Talks. It'd be funny if I went into an interview with a freaking spoon on my on my phone. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fleckus. He's I think that would be fantastic. Just walk around with a spoon. Like,
Dude, walk around with a spoon and put a fucking paper plate on your head like a hat. Actually, no. You need to make it a stack of paper plates and then claim that you're Mad Dodge.
Yeah, well, I'm with Mad Dog Productions. Can I interview you for a little bit? What could go wrong here?
Nothing. It's a perfectly good idea.
I will sue you.
You'd have to dox yourself.
Oh shit. All right, guys. Anything else? I think we're about done here.
I got nothing.
I don't see anything interesting in the news. I kind of want to keep making fun of you a little bit and about the Dodgers, but
Yeah, fuck
I
off.
don't know if the chat would.
Yeah, go cry in a fucking parking lot, dude. All right.
And do I look Hispanic to you?
Yes.
Ooh.
Make me a fucking taco. Now, anyway, moving on. No, thank you, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, we won't be skipping any more shows. I know we didn't go live for the last 4 days in a row, so hopefully we're back in the groove of things now. Good night, good luck, and we love France now. YouTube, don't ban us. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.